What's up, Perry County? I just wanted to let y'all know that we have our first merch drop, and it is going to be gone by the end of the year. No later than January 1st will our merch be available to anybody and everybody.
It is super comfortable, super affordable, and it is worth your time. And just go check it out. The link is in the description.
And that is all we had to say.
Enjoy this episode. Before today's episode starts, I want to tell you about our sponsor. Thank you so much, Village Pizza. Village Pizza is the home of pizza in Perry County. They have a wide variety of toppings, desserts, and other high-quality items on their menu. They offer the highest of quality when it comes to dining in all of Perry County. Village is an excellent option if you're looking for an affordable meal, good employees, and a great environment. And if you want to throw a party, what better way to cater it than with a guaranteed W party food? Its staff is always hard at work providing you homemade ingredients all mixed into a perfect circle cut into triangles. Their pizzas are more than good. They are great. And if you're looking for a good job, Village Pizza is always looking for helping hands in the kitchen and up front. So go pick you up an application and start your journey as the pizza man you always dreamed of being. They are located at 853 Squirrel Hollow Drive in Linden, Tennessee. So go get you some Village Pizza and kick back and enjoy this episode of the Perry County Podcast. What's up, Perry County? Welcome back to the Perry County Podcast, Perry County's #1 podcast. Thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. And our Christmas giveaway, this is your last day to submit a video. And obviously you can tell the video dropped a little bit earlier. If you're not catching it, I'm sorry if your submission doesn't get... I mean, we'll look at them. But if your submission is late, sloppy, put together... You're probably not going to win, but still, I wish the best of luck to you. Also, we're nearing the end of our merch drop. I'm rocking the 90s, weatherman suit tonight, so I don't have my merch on. But the link is in the description for that, so make sure you go cop it before the end of this year because it will be gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Connor. I don't own a pair of slacks, nor will I ever own a pair. So you're getting, closest you're going to get is a stockyard boss, maybe.
Man, I think I just went straight up construction worker today.
Andrew went for NYX guy, Trenton stockyard worker, and I'm your host, Connor Tennant.
Oh.
So, how about we get on the road, boys?
We got one heck of a guest today. We've got the new face of the Perry County High School, our newest teacher, and probably the best. We've got Mr. B.
What's
Nice
up?
to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Coming on, man.
Glad to have you.
How you guys doing?
Wonderful, man. How are
Where'd
you?
you get that pizza from?
Village
Village
Pizza.
Pizza.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you something about Village Pizza.
Tell me.
This is the home of pizza in Perry County.
Oh, yeah?
They have a wide variety of toppings, desserts, and other high-quality items on their menu. I could go on for forever, but I'd rather go on to see what's going on in your head, man.
Hit me. What you got?
Where you from?
A small village in Madagascar.
Oh, yeah?
No. From Perry County. Perry County.
Madagascar would be cool, though.
It would be
It would be.
cool. It would be
You ever
cool.
been to Madagascar? You ever been out of the country? Anything like that?
I've been to Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that?
I didn't enjoy it.
What'd you go to Mexico for?
It was on a cruise.
Oh.
I'll never go again. It was awful.
Mexico wasn't the place.
No, it was not. I can't tell you why, but it wasn't a good place.
Okay.
Let's hope that 28% of our viewers that is not in the United States is not from Mexico.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, dude, the analytics show that 20-something% of our viewers are not from the United States. It don't show me what country, but it says like 80-something% from the United States.
We've got like 22 from Georgia.
Yeah, we got 22 people watching in Georgia. We got 20-something in Nashville, like 11 in Centerville, and a few in Hornwall, Hickman.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I have a bad problem with studying those analytics.
What do you mean you got a
Just
bad
sitting there looking at them. Like, I mean,
What
the
after
percentage of people who watch us that aren't subscribed that are subscribed. When we first started, we had 70% that was not subscribed. It's gone down a little bit, but it's still more that's not subscribed than what is.
You guys are doing something awesome. Let me just go ahead and compliment you. I watched a few videos last night in preparation for this moment. I'm honored, by the way. A little nervous, but yeah, I love what you guys are doing. It's good, wholesome fun, and you know, it's awesome. It's just flat out awesome.
Yeah.
So,
as you can tell if you watch the first one, completely different format, completely different like vibe we got going on. I mean, you're on the Christmas set.
yeah. I mean, that's just how things go, you know. You start it, and things just evolve. You come up with new ideas every time you think about it. And
We always have the loud diesel go by when we first start.
Most definitely.
it's never fails.
Never
Yeah.
fails.
It's like they time it out every time.
They're like, oh, I bet
Okay.
they're filming a podcast.
Well, last
Slam
night
it.
we filmed at 7, and then tonight we're starting to film at like 6:35ish right now probably.
Yeah.
And they come by about a minute and a half in last time.
A minute and a half in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who owns it?
No,
No
idea.
clue.
no
He
idea.
just knows what time you start your
Yeah,
podcast.
they
Yeah.
just know.
knows.
Okay.
They gotta know. So growing up in Perry County, what was your childhood like?
I was a boring kid. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't get into a lot, didn't do a lot, stayed at the house the majority of the time. You know, and that's perfectly fine with me. I've always been a boring guy. You know? So, you know,
Yeah.
I'd go to school, I'd go back home, I'd play with sticks and stuff like that.
You didn't start a
That's
podcast or
That's what's up.
Didn't start a podcast, no talk shows.
No, nothing of that nature.
Well,
Man, what a surprise. I thought everybody did that.
I mean, in high school, you know, we'd after school we'd ride around or something. But,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I had a curfew. I had strict
Yeah.
parents, so that restricted me a lot. But no complaints over here. You know, I had a good high school career.
I mean, from what I can tell, I mean you're doing pretty successful for yourself.
Yeah, you know, some people define success in different ways. I'd like to say I'm doing pretty successful. I'm happy. So.
I mean, you're married and you got the mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, the
You know who else got the mustache?
I can't grow one. I put beeswax in what's
sir.
there.
Not yet, sir.
I wish.
Give
I've been
it time.
I have
trying.
no facial hair.
Not yet, sir.
I
Give
can
it
grow
time.
all this. My mustache is just the problem.
This guy's got a nice one.
Now, I believe yours is a little bit cleaner than mine.
Listen, that comes with time. You know, you just gotta
Everyone-
sit there and baby it. And
That and I bet he puts castor oil in it every day.
you gotta compliment it, man. You gotta tell it
Oh,
it's a good mustache. Every
good
morning
mustache.
you see it.
You pet it.
Yeah. Look at me now. Look at me now, petting it. Yes, sir.
I mean, my dad's 20 years older than I am and has the same amount of facial hair as me.
Just cross your fingers. Maybe one day.
That's just
You
trash.
got the cowboy hat though. You're almost there, Sam Elliott. Almost there.
Almost.
No Sam
Sam
Elliott. Actually, whenever you first come into our school, you reminded me of Sam Elliott just a little bit. I
That's
don't know.
the biggest compliment I've ever received.
I
I was about
don't.
to say, you look like Sam Elliott.
Yeah,
You got the
you
stash.
look.
Stop
You
it.
look like a younger Sam
You're
Elliott.
just saying that to get to me. You don't mean it.
Trust me. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
Sam Elliott's not someone you can joke around with.
No, it's not.
No, because if not, he'll come down here
He has to
through
be
this
protected.
roof.
He's a
And,
national treasure now, isn't he?
I mean,
That is
so.
the compliment of compliments
might
for
as
where
well
we
be.
live.
Might as well be.
that is true. What did you want to do when you was a kid?
When I was a kid,
Yeah, like what was your like? Man, when I grow up, this is what I'm doing. Dead set.
astronaut.
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 So I was right on.
What
man, me
stopped
too.
you?
Motivation. Believe it or not, being an astronaut's actually very difficult.
How many years
I
of school is
bet.
that? That's a lot.
I'm
ain't it?
what is it, like 4-year degree in aerospace engineering or something like that? Then
Yeah.
You got like, you know, after that you got to
Training upon training.
I don't know, man. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And they really don't make as much as you think they would. Yeah, so you might get lucky to clear 100K a year as an astronaut.
Really?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I know, right? That's what I thought. I thought
Swinging you around in a cage and stuff,
You're
you
going
know.
up in space, man. Come on, they send
Well, like the
monkeys up there.
G-force
Pay these
training you
guys.
have to do, it's like they put you in a little metal ball that spins on an axis.
Have you seen how their face just sinks in when
Yes.
they're taking all those G's? Nah. No, I don't like carnival rides, man.
Yeah, me neither. I'd get on about it. All right, okay, guys, stop. Just I'm done.
Yeah, but you know, I didn't never really had any big plans. You know, I just knew I was a very in the moment kind of guy.
just chill, guys. Just hanging out.
I mean, sometimes that's how
Playing
you
with
need
your
to be. You
sticks.
just need to
Playing
roll.
with my sticks, man.
And
Playing
one
with
day they
wood.
talked to you and said, "Go teach at the Perry County High School when you turn 28."
That just happened.
That just
It
happened.
just happened, honestly. The way cookies crumble, man, it just happened.
I
I wouldn't change a thing though.
I do want to get there, but I kind of want to ask, like, whenever you started getting more into high school and you had to kind of focus on what you actually were going to do, what was your plan?
My plan in high school was to just get into college. All right, one goal at a
Yep.
time. Get into college. I tried to think about it, but the more I thought about it, the more I. So it's like you got a goal, right?
Yeah.
You set it.
Yeah.
You focus on that one goal as much as you possibly can, because when you start entertaining other ideas that come with that goal, you lose focus. Mm-hmm. Right? So my main focus was doing well in school and getting into college. After that, we'll figure it out. You know, there's time. So
Yeah.
in high school, I just wanted to get accepted.
So, whenever you were thinking about getting accepted to college, was there one set college you kind of wanted to go to?
UNA.
UNA?
Was the one you went to?
No.
Oh, did you apply for it?
Yeah. Yeah, I got accepted. I just ended up not going. Yeah.
What college did you end up going to?
I got my degree from University of Tennessee at Martin.
UT Martin.
Yeah.
That's respectable. I mean, that's a good college.
Yep, I'll be getting my master's there too. I'm currently in that. Semester's about to kick back off.
That's what's up.
Yeah, fun stuff.
So you'll be balancing teaching and learning.
Yeah, but it's nothing.
I mean, you know, just
I learn
chilling.
every day with you guys.
Just chilling.
I mean, that's
Someone wants to make me write a paper on the side, I got you. It's all good. I can do it. Man, that's the stuff I've done prior to teaching, you know, it just makes you appreciate stuff. Like coming in and getting to see you. I've never laughed more than the few weeks I've had you in class. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah, it's made me appreciate it. And any headache that comes, you know, just take it. Roll with the punches.
Earlier, whenever I picked up our pizza from Village, I heard that you used to work at Village. What was that like?
You worked at Village?
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, man, I was the dough guy.
I was a pizza slinging son of a gun.
Dude, I'm telling you, whenever we'd have people coming in, and I'd just be twirling it on one finger.
I couldn't twirl it,
looking
but I
on.
could throw it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't actually doing that. I was trying, but I'd always poke a hole through the dough, and then I'd get yelled
I
at
would
for
try.
ruining the
I would
dough.
try too, and then Blake or Bart would come back there and be like, "Stop."
There for a minute, they let me get creative with making pizzas. They just like, I would just start concocting these wild pizzas.
I would
you
too
know?
when I was working there.
So fun. So delicious.
One day I went over to the dollar store and I bought like all the white chocolate stuff you could get.
Yeah.
Because nobody had come in. It was like a Saturday, you know, middle of the day Saturday shift, dead. So I went in there and got all the white chocolate you could get, and I made like a calzone out of it.
Right on.
Cooked it in. Woo. One slice, and then we started getting slammed, and I did not want to work.
When I eat stuff like that, my ears just start ringing. I think it's like high blood pressure or something. It's not good for you.
It was so good though.
It's so good. I ate a lot of pizza when I worked for them. I liked working there. I appreciate the opportunity to learn how to make pizzas like that.
I know how to make my own dough and stuff because
Right.
like everything from that dough table, the topping table, and cutting pizzas, it's still in my head.
Same here.
Like
That's
I know what all the letters mean still. Like if I wanted to call in, I could be like, I want a PBK, you know,
what is it,
pepperoni,
bacon, and
pepperoni, beef and bacon.
beef and bacon.
Yeah,
See,
K's bacon,
I forgot.
B's beef. Yeah, I enjoyed working at Village. I worked there for a year.
There's something very relaxing about having just that ball of dough right there. It's just you and
You're
that
just
dough.
kneading it, man.
You know, everybody else is just a blur. Just
What I would do
man,
was-
making the best pizza you've ever made.
Because I used to work at Camp Linden as well.
Yeah.
So I started working out there when I was 14, and you couldn't really have YouTube playing in your ear because there's no service. When I started working at Village, I was in town, had service, and I had the Wi-Fi, so I just put a podcast in my ear and make pizzas.
Right on, man. Right on.
But when I was mowing and stuff and weed eating at camp, I just had music blaring
Yeah.
and turn on whatever was like the fastest paced music, and I'd just start going crazy.
Normally, I'm always got like a headphone. I got an AirPod in my ear 9 times out of 10. You know. But I listen to weird music. You know, I don't like to listen to words.
What
As
kind of
you
music?
probably
You just
know.
like instrumental music?
Yeah.
Yes, he listens to a lot of music.
Well, like type of instrumental.
I like lo-fi beats, study music. I like classical music.
Just like something calm.
Gangster's
something
Paradise comes up a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. Students aren't supposed to know the title of that one, but they do. So it is what it is. It's a good song.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just it helps me focus because 9 times out of 10 when I'm doing something, I'm trying to stay focused on something, and if I'm listening to words, if I'm listening to AC/DC or something, it just like it diverts it, you know.
See, I like listening to I have this playlist called Midnight Vibes, and it's mostly songs that don't have a lot of words in it.
Yeah.
Now, some of them there are words, but there's some words that just don't. Like whenever you're driving at night, and like I got a blue light in my truck, so I'm like I always have my interior lights on is blue, so it's just like a chilled vibe in there.
Yeah.
Got my cruise set, and I'm just chilling.
That's good to have a blue light in your truck like that.
It's like everything's like anything. It's like you're under a black light, so anything that's like his hoodie would be glowing.
I would. I've got the same light in my truck too, actually.
You know, blue UV light actually keeps you awake better than any other light.
Really?
Yep.
You know, I actually knew that. I have a pair of blue light glasses, and I just went plumb blank-minded whenever you said something about that.
Yeah. So
Well, I remember reading something about that a while back. It was because like some people like to sleep with like a light on or something, and they said that blue's like the worst light you can use while you're trying to go to sleep. And I don't remember what was the best. I think it was red wasn't good.
I always have red on when I'm going to sleep. I got these light bulbs, and you can change them with your phone, the color in my room. So I can either make it like a disco in my room, which it usually always is.
Yeah.
Or I usually, the light above my bed, you can set the brightness of them. So I keep it on red and then the lowest light there is.
Right on. It's actually
like a mood
the
light.
best way to sleep is without any light. And the best way to wake up is with light.
I'm too wired.
Same here. And
Yeah.
I've got to have something playing. I go to sleep watching YouTube, or I'll lay there for hours.
I have to go to sleep watching TV. I say this like I'm like, living what I read. No. I still watch TV. I can't go to bed without TV, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta have sound.
Yeah.
And
Same
like
here.
I'm one of those people. It doesn't matter if it's negative 15 outside or 115. My fan is on full blast.
Not me.
Nope.
I get cold, man.
I tried turning on this video last night. My problem is I always get interested in what I'm watching. So I tried turning on this little like fan-made Zelda movie.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up watching the whole thing.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right. I just got invested in it.
Fan-made stuff is awesome. What was that one they did with Halo? Was it Red versus Blue?
Yeah, that was Achievement Hunter.
Yeah, that was awesome. Was that Rooster Teeth?
Yeah, Rooster Teeth, which is Rooster Teeth's that big corporation.
Huge. Yeah, that was awesome. I love fan-made stuff.
I do too.
A lot of it's like with Star Wars, a lot of the fan-made movies and stuff.
I like that one somebody made of. It's like the extended Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader.
Yeah.
They look real, man. Just
Yeah,
like
it was good, man.
Crazy stuff.
so. Like, what are you into other than? I mean, like, I know you have a life outside of jobs. A lot of people don't understand that. They're always a teacher all the time. But like, what do you do when you get home?
Well, when I get home, let me walk through this. Usually let the dogs out of the cage. We go outside. I'm a boring guy, guys, let me tell you. And I'm not used to having all this free time either. I'm coming from, I work an hour and a half away, working 6 to 7 days a week.
What'd you do before teaching?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
We can hop into that after.
I've been from job to job to job until I landed here.
We'll go down that rabbit hole in a minute.
Yeah.
Just finish explaining what you're explaining.
But yeah, man, just like working long hours in the middle of the night, second shift. Just not you don't get attuned to hobbies.
Yes.
A lot of free time. You just come home and you absorb what time you can with your wife and your dog. That's usually all I ever
You got more than one dog?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How many you got?
2.
What kind of dogs?
Beautiful
I
creatures.
got 5 inside, 2 outside.
Oh yeah.
I got a lot of dogs.
I've got a Chihuahua. I've got a purebred Chihuahua, and then I've got a Chug.
What's a jug?
Chihuahua pug. Let me tell you, that
Oh,
guy-
really?
Yeah, that guy's handsome. Yeah, he's a stud, dude. Love that dog with all my heart. You want to see a picture of him?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, give me a second. Let me get my phone.
You got a chug. I've never heard of that. I've never heard
Any
of that. in my life.
opportunity I get to show off my dogs, man, you got it. Okay.
I've got to see this. Chug.
Where are they at?
This may be my new favorite mixed breed of dog.
Oh, dude, he's adorable. Look at this guy.
Oh my goodness.
my goodness.
Yeah, look at this guy. Hold on.
Hey, future Connor, dub this in. Put that on the screen. I'm going to have to get your number later if you'll send that to me.
Okay, you got it.
Or airdrop it or something.
That's Momo. She's the princess.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can definitely tell she's dressed up. And then
That dude is handsome.
Look at that guy.
He's a
a
stud.
stud.
You think of a pug, man, you just think, you know how they breathe and stuff, and they're always farting and whatnot. They're just disgusting little things. But this guy,
That dude's just chilling.
he still
That
farts.
is a stud in the face.
Well, you know.
Yeah, he's a stud. I want to Well, I want to make a breed just like this guy so I can introduce people
To the Chug.
Because he's an athlete, man. You wouldn't believe it, but this guy, I mean, parkour all over the house. There's nothing.
Nothing he's not willing to climb.
Yes, and he puts himself in danger all the time. He's constantly just like vaulting over the couch to go after a toy, and then he's flipping, and he lands. I got a concrete floor, so every time a dog flips, it's like cross my fingers. Hopefully he's not going to hit his head. And he's got big old bulging eyes, and he's always slinging his toy. He hits his eye, comes to me, he's whining, and I don't know. It's fun. It's like having children, man.
So what else do you do when you get home other than let your dogs out?
It just depends on the day, man. I mean, if it's summer, we might get out and do a little yard work. And I don't really have many hobbies yet. Like I said, I'm still trying to get accustomed to that free time. My body's still not acclimated. I get home, I just don't know what to do with myself most of the time. So
You find yourself pacing around the house.
I'm a huge pacer,
I'm
man.
too.
I'm an anxious person. So it's like, if I don't have anything to do, I'm just walking around the house.
When I'm on the phone
thinking,
with somebody, I ain't sitting down. I'm walking
3
around
miles.
I'm walking 3 miles around my house.
Straight up, man. You can see footprints where I walk every day, just back and forth.
Have you seen that meme where it shows like where a pigeon had been walking in the snow in New York under a street lamp? It says me every time I get on the phone. If I relate to that so bad.
Yeah, it's accurate, man. It's very accurate. But back to my, I got a bow. I like to shoot, and I like archery. It centers me. I need to do more of it. I put it down for a little bit.
I hear you used to play guitar.
Still play guitar. You never forget. I'm not that good, but yeah.
I bet you're better than me.
Guaranteed better than me.
You got a
Better
guitar?
than all three of us combined, probably. I'm sure.
That'd be something.
I stole my brother's for a period of time, and then he took it back. And I taught myself how to play Smoke on the Water. I can play the first 3 chords of Dirty Deeds.
Hey, right on, man. You got to start somewhere. I remember when I first started learning, my hands were just cramping, just learning the chords.
I can't do more than 1 chord.
Really?
And I hold the guitar like it's, I hold it sideways in my lap, and I play it like this.
Oh, come on, man.
That's the only way I taught myself how to do it.
Man, we gotta.
I can hold it like this, but I would rather hold it like this.
You need to let me show you how to play some chords, man. I got you.
Luckily, I kind of have my granddad to teach me a little bit. Well, Todd taught me.
Todd taught you?
Yes,
What a great guy that is.
Well, he used to be in a band
What?
when he was in high school.
Shut up. No.
Todd
Todd
McKay
McKay.
in a
Crooked Creek
band.
band.
Oh
up.
my gosh.
I need to hear more about this.
Back in like
Mixtape?
early
Slide it
'80s.
my way.
Back in like the early '80s, he never really did sing much. There was only one song that he sung, but like he was their lead guitar for him.
Right on. That's pretty cool.
And
That's wicked.
but he kind of showed me what to do. Like he taught me some of the chords, but I could only ever play Smoke on the Water, and I can play the opening till You Really Got Me by the Kinks.
Hey. Right on.
And that's it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I
You
mean,
really got me going.
a party trick's a party trick. You just break out a guitar, just play one song, and people think you're awesome.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah, and then you just put it down, and everyone's like, well, why'd you put it up? And you're like, my finger hurts, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since I
outside.
played. Been a while since I played,
Yeah. Yeah, you can fool anybody with a cowboy hat on, man.
We went up to the mountains not too long ago, and we got on a ski lift at Ober, and we went all the way up to the top of the mountain. And there's this dude up there sitting there holding his banjo, and he's got these little metal things on his fingers. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Look, guys, I'll play a little bit for y'all, but it's too cold. My fingers are too cold to play my banjo right now." Mm-hmm. He played like a little bit, and then he went inside.
I believe it, man.
Yeah.
So he had those little metal things.
He had
so
little
could
metal
pluck-
things on his fingers.
So he could pluck the strings real good.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that.
I can't play the guitar pick either. I've got to use my fingers.
He was going wild with that banjo, man.
But he was going wild.
He was going wild with it. It was crazy.
Right on. Right on.
Like
love
I
seeing
like
somebody
I
go
like
wild.
when people they can get into that and they're just doing it and they're looking at you and it's like nothing. It's like they don't have to think about it. They just do it and I'm like, that's crazy.
I went to school with a guy who could play the banjo amazingly. David Killian, I think is his name. But yeah, he went on the talent show one year and no one really knew. He broke out the banjo and he brought the gym down, dude. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
We don't have a talent show no more.
No,
Yeah,
we
we
don't.
gotta see what we can do about that.
I think we can bring this table and that micro there.
Come on.
We can get everybody out of class for 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying.
We can just
We can
bring
find
kids
reasons.
down, 15
We
minute
could
period
bring you
talks.
back on the podcast
Let's do it.
You could open it up.
and do a live podcast in the middle of the gym.
Oh, that would be
smack
awesome.
dab in the middle.
That
Kevin
would be
Tillman's
We can
at-
bring our principal down and like the child who's always in trouble. Bring him over from the alternative, sit him down, and it's like a press conference, and I'm the moderator.
Ducky.
We could just start by having auditions or something. Like you said, pulling people out of class and just having, like, what can you do?
Well, what's your talent?
Somebody spins a ball on their finger. You're not good enough. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, talent show would be cool.
And you get somebody like Sydney Mays in there who's just going absolutely
You know
crazy.
Sydney?
Yes.
I
we
want Sydney on this
here.
podcast.
Sydney.
I'm yet to talk to him. I want to get a little bit bigger before I approach. I think we could help each other out. I think I could give him people that don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And I think he could bring just a few for us. I don't really care for the drawback for us. I just kind of want to help him, and I want to talk to him.
Yeah, I mean that would be somebody good to talk to because he's doing.
He's doing show. He just had his
successful.
first show with his own music up in Nashville on December 5th.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw he had he was on Spotify now.
Yeah, he's on Apple Music too.
Really?
Yeah, I got one of his songs on my downloaded. I forget what playlist it's in, but it's in a playlist. It's called Talk of the City.
I need to look at this.
That song's so catchy.
Really?
It's called Talk of the City.
It's pretty good.
I could probably sing it word for word.
I remember him playing guitar in the talent show too. And
He's big on TikTok right now. He's posting TikToks all the time, and I join his lives when he just does his lives. He sits there and does his lives, plays his guitar.
That's awesome.
With the weird like
I'm
rainbow
glad to see
filter
he was
all
doing
over it.
something with that because he was gifted.
Yeah, he really is.
Like, there's people that can play the guitar like me,
Yeah.
just casually. And then there's people that can play the guitar like Sydney, and they're on big stages.
Yeah.
playing
He'll
for
get there.
recording
I know he will. He will sell out a big arena one day. I know
If
he will.
he sticks with it, I believe he'll do good.
I agree.
Easily.
Yeah, he got on some dudes. I think he's like maybe not as big as some other like radio shows or whatever. But I knew this was maybe a few months ago. He had said something like, yeah, I'm going to be on this radio show with this guy. And then that guy made a video saying, we're going to have Sydney Mays on. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'd love to have Kirk on as well.
Kirk would be a good one.
I talked to him and he said he'd be interested. But I sent him a friend request on Facebook and it went about the same way I did with you.
Yeah, well.
He's a busy
Kirk's
man.
plate is relatively busy.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
You don't use social
relatively,
media.
That guy is very busy.
That guy's booked
Yeah,
up
you
all
don't
the
use
time.
social media.
We caught him on the field trip for economics.
Yeah, I talked to him. He was at Village, and I went and talked to him. I was like, when are we going to get you on? And I was wearing my hoodie.
And he was open to it.
Yeah.
He was
Pursue it, man, 'cause
relatively
that'd
open.
be an
Kind
awesome
of like
guy.
how you were. Like,
I love that
I kind of
eventually.
shot you the email. I was on the phone with them, and I don't know what time I emailed you. I emailed you like relatively late.
It was
like
pretty late.
9:45
Yeah,
probably.
it was relatively late.
And I was on the phone with them, and Connor mentioned, he was like, hey, we ain't really got nobody lined up right now. And I said, wait a minute. I think I know a guy.
You knew I'd say yes, didn't you?
I didn't know. Like, you can ask them. It was a shot in the
I
dark.
was really hoping that you'd say yeah.
It was a shot in the dark.
Or this would have been a very deep episode with just us three.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, when you told me, I was a little skeptical,
Yeah.
It's like, well, I try to keep I'm a
Yeah.
very reclusive dude.
Yeah.
Which
Believe
is,
it or not, you have me in class and you're like, this guy's a goofball.
Yeah.
He's crazy. I'm sure you thought that. Like, the mustache.
I never really thought you were crazy.
The mustache just makes a guy crazy, you know?
Yeah. But, I honestly,
going on?
I don't like to get out too much. I love talking to people, but if I don't have to, I like to stay at the house and just do my own thing,
Yeah.
Which is, I mean,
Respect.
Stay out of the public eyes. as
Very
much as I
respectable.
possibly
Yeah.
Yeah,
can.
man, that's fair enough. I mean, can't
Very
blame you there.
to each their own,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
I like how you got an invite through an email the most professional way possible.
It was a good email, too. We actually had a lesson over at one time, I think. Didn't we?
Yeah.
You listened.
And
Crazy.
I do listen.
There was one. Yeah. What was the beginning? I got actually.
Hey, Mr. Freeman, I think I forgot a comma.
Yeah, no. It's a subject-verb agreement, and I actually meant to get on to you about that because I'm upset with you.
oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Failing. You're almost at the end of the semester
No,
failing.
he's not failing.
Fail him and have him again.
I speak English.
Not yet.
English.
I just got to wrap up our essay.
Is that all you got left?
Yeah, I just got to wrap that up.
Oh, it's nothing, man. It's nothing.
No,
Well, you
like-
said this is the pictures. That's what you said.
This is the.
These
These are the pictures.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that,
I think I meant to put this is the picture.
right. Because there's only one picture.
Yeah.
He called me as he was heading to work and was like, hey, he said the idea is entertaining him right now. He said, just write up some questions. I was like, crap, I got to make these good. Because usually my notes for these are all over the place.
Scatterbrain.
Yeah, I just wanted to see some questions just to see how deep we were diving, Because I like to remain a little mysterious for the
Yeah.
students.
A little anonymous,
I don't
yeah.
like to give out a lot of information
Yeah.
because, gotta keep them on their toes. You know, they
Yeah,
can't know me
obviously.
100%.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
That's
you don't have any hobbies right now, right? But by the time you have new students, you'll probably have all kinds of hobbies, and then
That no one will ever know about.
no one
Exactly.
will ever know about. But you just let something off to one student and trick their brain. They'll be sitting there. What did he just say?
Oh, I
Did
love
he just
it.
relate to me?
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it because I can just find a student and I can just give them something. You know, that's absolutely unbelievable. But if I pick that right student, they're gonna believe me.
you drop little hints here and there about some things, but you never fully open up in class.
And I won't.
And I don't blame you at all for
It's
that.
fun.
It is
Just
because,
toying with them.
Yeah, it is, man. It's so fun.
because like people will walk out of your classroom being like, "What did he mean by that?" And I'm just sitting here like, he probably didn't mean anything.
No,
by
man,
it.
I really just try to get a reaction out of you guys, and it's so fun because y'all walk into my classroom and you know how I'm like, get out.
Yeah.
Everyone get out of my class. I don't like any of you. Everyone's just like looking at me. So, but he just said he loved all of us.
And you
Right?
stop now. I mean it. Get out.
Yeah, I did. I just threw them all out.
Shoot. Yeah. Yeah.
I try to have a fun time in class. You know,
We do have.
English it's just a boring subject. You know,
I
all
think-
these core subjects you got to have like science and mathematics
Yeah.
and reading comprehension. They're all just inherently boring. You know what I mean? And it's my job to make it as entertaining as possible for you guys.
You got to make it the best part of their day, knowing
Yeah.
they're about to go
And
in.
the only way I can you can't change the material. You know, the material's the material. You put
Yeah.
a comma
Standards
here,
are
you put a
standards,
semicolon
you
there.
know.
There's no changing that. It's all about the delivery, man. So if I
Yeah.
can make you guys laugh a lot, I'd like to say I'm doing pretty good.
Should go in with Marados one day, or Maracas,
I
whatever you
could.
call
I
it.
got my middle name is actually Ricardo, so you know, I'm just bringing some Moroccan.
That is not his
That's
name.
my middle name.
No.
I'm just
Should've
gonna believe him, and
Yeah, we're gonna roll with it. I like this. Ricardo, where'd you get
You've
that
tried to
from?
pass
I was
like
born with it.
you've tried to pass like 15 things off as your middle name.
That was his first
since
letter.
you.
It's all, I've never changed my middle name. It's always been Ricardo, man.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
Hey.
yeah.
I thought you didn't like Mexico.
Oh, well.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah,
they
I
didn't accept it.
Okay, so I didn't really go into Mexico. You know, we went to Cozumel and Costa Maya and stuff like
Yeah.
that on a beach. You know, a bunch of people trying to sell me stuff, and I bought it. Spent a lot of money. They're just cool. They give you refrigerator magnets that they told you that they made themselves, and I bought it.
And then you
You're
go
like,
home, you look it
cool.
up, and you're like,
Yeah,
crap.
yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Like you look it up at home, and you're like, I could have bought this for $5 off the
I'm
internet.
not kidding you, man. They took advantage of me. Okay, I'm on a cruise having a good time doing what people do on vacation, right?
Just hanging out.
And they just bring this board of just magnets and guacamole bowls, and they're like, "My family made this. Please buy it, $25."
Crap.
And I'm like throwing it at them at this point.
Come on, I mean-
Like, all your stuff.
25 for you. 25 for you.
Yeah, exactly.
25 for you.
And then little do we like just all of a sudden, you know, we're having a great time. Then boom, I get on my wallet and I'm broke.
And then you're like, wait a minute.
Hey, Ash.
I come on this trip with a good amount of money.
So
Where'd
that,
that go?
that wasn't a fun conversation to have when we got back on the boat. But
She's like, what we
And
supposed
you're
to do
just
now?
carrying around bags of stuff.
oh man, I got so much memorabilia. I got so much. I still make guacamole with the guacamole bowl.
Oh my god.
Hey, at least you got it.
I mean, you're getting
You
you
gotta
set up.
use
You're
it.
going to get your $25 out of it.
Precisely.
One way or another.
I mean, was it the best asset you could have bought? Probably not. But hey, now you got a guacamole bowl.
You got a guacamole bowl, and it was handmade, supposedly.
From what you know.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
If you believe something, it happened, right?
Exactly.
See, like,
don't
I
know
believe
any better.
embarrassment's not a thing, so therefore, it's not.
It's
Kid,
not. It's just not.
he doesn't get embarrassed.
No.
And
don't?
like, no.
Not at all.
Not
Not
at
at
all.
all.
I don't really get. I do get embarrassed, but
I'm a showman at heart, so
I can tell.
like I step up in front. Say I step in front of a big crowd and there's a light shining on me. It's about to get dangerous.
He's
Really?
gonna laugh. Like, you know, like the maniacal
I'm gonna black
laugh?
out and I'm gonna say a lot of stuff and then I'm gonna come out and be like, "That went well. What did I
I've
say?"
been there. I've been there. In class, sometimes I just go on a tangent, man. Just black out and just start saying stuff.
Like I mean,
After
it's
the
just
fact, I
like
got a bunch of wide eyes and people are looking at me crazy.
you're like-
Trenton's over here like,
Trenton's in the
why'd you
floor.
say that?
I'm just sitting here like, cool.
What did I say?
Just said like the most controversial thing ever.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've had to learn to filter myself. I did pretty good. He had to learn a little bit better than I did.
I bet he did.
No, we did.
Oh, I did.
There are a lot of students that need to learn how to filter themselves.
Hey, you can
Give us
you can
shout-outs.
ask him. I'm relatively filtered in his class, in
Yeah.
all classes.
Yeah, I'm actually very impressed by how much you don't cuss. You know, it's very impressive compared to the other students I have who try to sneak it. You know, it's just like
If you're gonna sneak it, just go ahead and yell it.
Just
Just scream it.
So sneaky, and like pretend I don't have ears. You know,
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't
like
hear
they
it.
think they're sneaky, then they talk like we're talking right now, and it's really loud and projected because they're talking right into a wall. So
yeah.
Now, if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say it, and everybody's gonna hear it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I've always, grew up. Dad's always been a teacher or whatever. Everybody's always known my family, so I've always tried to be a little more cautious in what I do and say.
I heard you had a book.
I do have a book.
I heard about it. What was the name of it again?
It's called The Horror in Perry Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to read this. Do you have any copies, or can I buy it off somewhere?
You can buy it off Amazon, but I can lend you a copy.
Lend me a copy. Would you mind?
I don't mind
Actually,
a bit.
no. Okay, I'll buy a copy.
It's $7.
That's fine. I'll buy.
If it's not on Amazon still, which
It still
should
is
be.
on Amazon. There are 6 copies left.
So if I bought like 10 copies,
It's gonna buy them out and then sell them like the
just
Mexicans
put 'em
sold
in
you
my
that
classroom.
guacamole.
Would you mind if I put them in my classroom? And I was just like, hey guys, here's a book you can read.
Today we're gonna be studying this book.
Yeah,
Tell me all the grammar
Well, how many
errors in
pages
this
is it?
book. Dude,
got you.
it's not that many pages. It's like it could probably be like 2 days classwork thing. Like
It's not much smaller
and,
than that. It's not much smaller than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
And
right
that's
on.
what 120 pages.
Yeah, I don't think
It
a little
was
less
somewhere
than that.
around there.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to buy them out.
I won't go through and nitpick your grammar, man. That's your work. You know.
That was 7th grade Connor's work.
It's all good.
Uh,
It's published now, man. There's nothing you can do about it.
And
Something that is not published that he does have a mini series of is
no, not a mini series. This is a big series.
yeah.
From
It
7th
started as
grade.
a mini series and then now it's what eight chapters, something like that.
No, it's there's so much. I made these cowboy comics from 7th grade to my junior year.
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
man.
Illustrated?
Yes, I drew every picture in there, wrote every word.
I'm in there. He's in there.
Everybody I've ever met is in that book.
Are you serious?
I mean, there's a whole 5 pages just worth of credits where I wrote down everybody, the characters.
Where can I view this?
I'll have to gather them up. There's only one copy.
Dude, I'm very interested in stuff like this.
Look, I've done a lot of
That's
stuff.
awesome.
My whole life, I've always
you
been
found a new
entertained.
Connor
Yeah.
is our brain,
Connor is the brain.
He's
he
most
is the
definitely-
You
brain.
guys are the henchmen.
basically.
Okay.
My whole life, I've been entertained with the idea of doing something like this,
Yeah.
like something on YouTube, whatever. Like I grew up and I was like, "That's awesome." I grew up with YouTube, grew up with games and stuff,
Yeah.
and like
Who didn't?
Yeah.
I was very entertained by the idea of it, and I'm still very entertained with it. And now that I'm doing it, I can't put it down.
Right.
Like I've just been studying and thinking of new ways to maybe draw in another audience.
That's the key.
And I understand not everybody likes podcasts, but I do. And that's our base.
Not everybody
Yeah.
does. Not
That's our
everybody
base.
likes Hallmark movies. Not everybody likes action adventure or.
Yeah, but what if you
Yeah.
cover the whole spectrum? Because I love all the stuff. Like I get interested in
then you've
everything.
got a piece
Yeah.
of material for everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, and all of us are open to new ideas. Like none of us care. Like I have
Oh.
no shame now.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I become friends with him over 14 years ago
The
was
only
because in preschool his dad taught at Louisville and he got there before I did. So Connor would take the Hot Wheels cars.
Okay,
I wanted to play with the Hot Wheels cars. So my 4-year-old maniacal brain decided that if I became friends with him, I could play with Hot Wheels cars.
Ooh, so you befriended the enemy to get what you wanted.
Yes.
That's manipulation at its
And here we
finest.
are.
And here we are.
And me and him just sold our slaves to the valley.
What?
Yeah, I
We
met
sold
him.
our sold our sold.
What did you
He
sold our
they
slaves
sold
to
themselves.
We sold our
ourselves
souls
as slaves.
to the valley, and we slaved our days away.
We really did, man. It was,
Oh my gosh, I've just murdered that sentence.
That's awesome.
That might need to be cut out.
No, it's gotta stay.
It's
right?
gotta stay.
That's my thing.
Oh,
I'm
we
sitting.
That's
just
gold.
we sold our slaves to the valley.
I thought I misheard you at first. I
Dog,
thought I misheard you because I was
y'all
like,
started looking at me weird, and I was like, "Crap, what did I just say?"
well, maybe he's speaking metaphorically. You never know. And then it's like, no, this guy. He
You gotta
just told
dig
me he
deep.
stole slaves.
Everything's got to stay a metaphor. You got to dig deep. Oh my god,
Don't leave. You gotta leave it. You gotta. Leave
it's staying in.
It's gonna
Okay.
stay.
what was that? You were
But, like-
14, I was 14.
Yeah, we were both 14, going into high school. Just graduated 8th grade that whole summer. That's when me and him met.
That was tough.
I remember freshman year.
I stayed away from Linden Valley.
It was horrible.
Good idea. Good idea. Wish I would have done that.
Freshman year was, for me, it was all right. I made a lot of my friends freshman year.
Freshman
Which all
year?
my friends that I made from high school, I kept the same friends I had from 8th grade.
Yeah.
And, like, I'd say we're not close really at all. The only person I'm really close with was him. Like, me and my other buddy that was really close with, I mean, we see each other every day, talk, cool. But, like, he's been there. Like, he's, like, the one friend. Like, you know, you always say you're going to lose your friends in high school.
But you got that one that's just kind of there for good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's my And then I accompanied him.
And then
I like the Three Musketeer vibe you guys.
but
Yeah,
before
the trio.
he decided to disappear for 6 months, he
Well, where'd you go?
He disappeared.
He disappeared.
I went on a little
Houdini.
sabbatical.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
He
he,
went-
You gotta explain.
yeah,
went
he
exploring.
met a lady friend and just kind of
I was so
disappeared
busy.
off the face of the earth.
Like, I
for
mean,
like
you-
Bailed
6
on the
months.
bros. That's what
Well,
happened.
see, it wasn't a belt on the bros. It was that I was working, going to school, and I had a girlfriend.
You didn't have time to designate to anyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's married life.
Maxed out, dude.
But
like,
see,
I mean,
like the thing is like we understood.
it wasn't like she lived here. She lived in Parsons.
Yeah, she lived in
Oh,
Parsons.
So-
that adds to it.
It wasn't like
had
I would
one
go
in
over there
Parsons
and bring her
Road,
back
too.
over here every day because she couldn't drive at the time. But like, yeah, it was trash.
So Connor used that magnificent brain of his and
And here and hooked me
introduced
and him.
us to.
Yeah.
And then I disappeared.
Then he disappeared.
He disappeared
That's low, man.
a week and a half later.
That's low, man.
So I'm like, hey, Trenton, is that your name? Yeah, Trenton. All right, yeah. You want to play some games, man? Like, let's.
Yeah,
go.
like playing games.
I introduced them kind of through playing games. We'd play Red Dead after school. Like, after everybody get off work, we'd all be home by 5 o'clock. Cause,
Red
you
Dead
know,
Redemption 2.
Yes.
no one can beat me in that.
many
I
times have you
just
played
beat
through?
that game.
It's a beautiful game. I
Connor
love
has
Just
played
beat
through
it.
the story mode 7
it.
times.
7 times. Beat the story all the
Literally
way through.
last week is when I finally beat that game, and I
I
was
played
just
through
like,
twice.
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 Dude, that
I've
game is incredible.
Beat it
It's
every
amazing.
ending, like all the honors and all
What
that.
were you?
Really?
You good
Yeah.
honor or bad?
good.
Good.
I had to
Yeah.
work for that good honor though, because I started seeing that coyote or that wolf, whatever it was.
And you were
Yeah.
like, veer off.
I ain't going down that path. No, I gotta start doing good deeds today. I'm a changed man from this.
You start
point
handing
on.
out all your money at the end.
Greeting everybody, throwing out money.
Hey there, mister.
Helping people out. I'm just a good
I like
Samaritan.
the
You're
idea
like,
you
here's
can.
$5.
I like the idea
Right.
you can go into a town and have an absolute massacre and then walk through Saint Denis just greeting everybody and you're back to where your
I
honor
know
was.
it, man. It's awesome. My favorite thing to do in that game is probably hunt those legendary animals.
Oh, do you ever get all of
Almost
them?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You get all the garments and stuff?
I'm working on it, but yeah, I've got a lot of flashy clothing, top hats.
Yeah, we play
Classic
online on
coats.
that. I don't know what
Yeah.
you play on.
PlayStation.
Oh, dang. If you played Xbox, we could play.
I got Xbox. I've got an Xbox. I just don't have Red Dead. Ooh. No, can't do it. It's a disc copy. So my Xbox is XS digital. So
I accidentally bought that. A long story. I accidentally bought it for my brother for Christmas because my parents told me to pick it up and they paid me back for it. So I was like, oh, Xbox S. I didn't think nothing about it. Xbox. I was like, Xbox S. No, I got home and it didn't have a disc drive on it. And I was like, crap, I bought
What
the
is this?
wrong thing.
yeah.
So we ended up selling it, I believe, to Mikey Rhodes, and
Oh,
then
really?
and then we got another Xbox S from him, yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Because at the time, my room flooded last year at November because a pipe busted, and I got a drop roof, so the pipes were running right there, busted. I walked in my room, it was raining. I picked my Xbox up and poured a gallon of water out of
I
it.
got a call from Connor. I got a call from him. He said, hey, Trent, it's raining in my room.
Dude, everything got soaked.
I'm not getting on tonight, guys.
he
Boys.
FaceTimed me. He flipped the camera down to the floor, and there was about this much water sitting in the floor.
Like, dude, it was over my foot.
Tragic.
I believe I called him not too long after he must have got off the phone with you or something, and he was like, dude, my Xbox looks like it's a milk jug. I just poured so much water.
No,
in
I
it."
guarantee
And
you
I
there
was
was a gallon of water in it. And the funny thing is the next day after me and Dad, we cleaned all of it up. We, got all the water out.
Put it in
Cool.
a tub of rice. Just put it in a tub of rice. Is that what you did?
We did. And then I ended up taking it apart because I got impatient. And I couldn't get it to go back together, but I did get it to work.
What?
And I figured I could turn it on with the controller because I screwed up that ribbon because it's a little ribbon thing. Because on the Xbox
yeah.
ones, it wasn't a button. It was just like you touch it. So I messed that up, but I could turn it on with my controller. And the only way I could get the disc out was the eject didn't work, so I couldn't eject it from my controller. Had to get an Allen wrench and jam it into the side, and it would poke the disc out just enough so you could grab it.
No way.
No kidding.
That's awesome though that you found.
I still have it, but I ended up getting an Xbox S after that, and thank goodness Santa Claus was really nice and brought me one of those Xbox fridges.
Shout out
Mini
to Santa
fridge,
Claus.
man.
The Series X.
We love you, Santa Claus.
I own a refrigerator now.
Me too.
I think it might have been that Santa Claus.
What?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, but cardboard
Kev
I don't want to
Moss.
see him come down my chimney. I'm just kidding.
Cardboard Kev survived the flood because he used to be in my room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Survived.
That's awesome. I seen that in the first episode I watched last night, and I was like, wow.
You see
These
those
guys-
I Survived books?
Huh?
I Survived books. You ever seen those?
Cardboard Kev's about to have one. It's like I survived this, and then,
Oh, yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about now.
Yeah.
yeah, like I survived the first one I ever read was Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor's the first one you
I
read?
need to read these. I know what you're talking about. I've never read
Pearl
them.
I
Harbor's a good
Survived
one.
books
pretty
were
good,
good.
I read the whole
Don't they have like a
series.
docu-series on that, too?
Oh, yeah.
I Survived?
Yeah.
That might be what I'm thinking of, but I didn't know they had books.
We might have just got you a new hobby, man.
I don't read.
I'm a reader, you know.
I mean, I don't read much, but
You
I
got you a nice
Survived,
little reading chair.
Wrote a lot.
I've got several chairs. I got the couch. I got the...
Yeah, but you don't have like a designated reading chair
Oh, no,
with a
man.
lamp behind it.
I'm not there yet. I'm still waiting for the mantle and the fireplace and, you know, all the good...
I know some
royalty
guys who
chairs.
can go put it in for you.
Really?
I do know some guys.
You got some money, too? To pay for it?
No.
Well, there's
So-
the catch.
And this is like jumping right off of it, but I did want to cover. I didn't write it down or anything. So married to Ashlyn Bates. Well,
Yep.
what was Bates? Now she's Ashlyn Freeman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Shout out, Ashlyn. I love you.
her artwork is in town.
Not hers.
Is it not hers?
It's her sister's.
Her
my sister-in-law.
sister's
Kennedy.
crap. Kennedy
Bates.
painted it. That's right.
Kennedy Bates.
That's
She
right.
is
Okay.
an absolutely fantastic
I
artist.
knew Ashlyn from somewhere, and that is how I know her because Kennedy and my older cousin Elizabeth were
Tight.
best friends.
Elizabeth McKay. Yeah.
Is Kennedy? Not crap. Well, is Ashlyn 2 years younger than you? Or like?
Yeah.
Okay, so she graduated with my brother Christian.
yeah. Yeah, they were in the same class.
And my mom and her mom are like best friends. PJ.
Patricia?
PJ.
Yeah, PJ.
I never knew her real name. That until just now.
I'm sorry, Patricia. It's PJ. You
Yeah.
just call it PJ. That's what she
Um,
prefers.
Yeah. Her daddy used to own this house.
Really? David?
Yep.
He owns a lot of houses.
Yeah, but this used to be his house that they lived in.
Uh-uh.
PJ and David grew up in, not David, Jared grew up in that house.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I need to tell my wife about this when I get home because she's been meaning to just take me to this house that her parents grew up in since we started talking. So
Oh.
that's actually really cool. It's very ironic that that's cool, man.
Hey,
There
you remember
used to
that
be-
house you wanted to take me to? Well, I was there
I just
earlier.
filmed the podcast
Now,
episode.
Jeff Tatum built the shop
Okay.
whenever he owned it because we got it from Jeff and Melissa Tatum. Melissa works at the bank.
Jeff
Both
is-
of her boys are.
He's
Like
a TK
bat-
instructor.
baseball.
Oh,
I'm horrible with names, guys.
If you've seen him, you'd know him.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah,
If you've
but-
seen her, you'd probably
He's a
definitely
big
know her.
old fella. I mean,
Like he's tall.
Like 6'4".
Like, he is so
6'4".
tall, and both of his kids are tall.
yeah.
Do you know his kid's name?
Jackson,
Jackson Tatum
Tatum,
and Jordan
and Jordan Tatum. Jackson is 2 years
He
older than us, and
graduated what
Jordan's
would have
one.
been our sophomore year, and then Jordan graduated last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got no idea.
So
And,
you wouldn't know them. Well, did you kind of keep up with basketball,
At what time?
our high school basketball, like 2 years ago?
well, Jackson he
He's
played
a-
basketball. He was really good. And he had dreads. Jackson was the guy with dreads. He cut his dreads off because he's growing it all out even now. But
He wants an afro now.
he wants dreads still. He's just got to grow all of it out even because it was
Yeah.
just he had the back.
Taller, skinny guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I've seen him in Food Giant a time or two.
Possibly.
possibly so.
Yeah.
He's hard to miss.
This is the most.
He'll be a future guest on this podcast.
He will?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
He actually offered to be the editor.
Really?
Because Jackson loves
Me
doing
and-
stuff like this.
Me and Jackson sat out here one night from 12 to 3 a.m. Just talking, like sitting in these chairs without the camera on, just sitting here talking. We decorated up,
Yeah.
and then Jackson come over, me and him just sat here and talked.
Yeah, I need to compliment the decorations.
Yeah, it's
You guys
Christmas
got it
time.
looking awesome in here. Merry Christmas.
The dice of BTP.
What is it? Merry Chrysler. Is that what they say now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Merry
something
Christmas.
Like
Merry
that.
Christmas.
Crema.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Kruma.
Yeah, I like to stay hip.
You gotta stay
Yeah.
hip
I
and
gotta
groovy.
stay hip, yeah.
Groovy.
Groovy, man.
What do you
I
think?
think
Should we
Groovy
dress
kind of
up as
kicked the
the?
bucket a good while ago.
You think us three should dress up as the Scooby Gang for?
Yeah.
I mean, He's got glasses, so he's Velma.
Oh.
I mean, look at my hair. I'm Shaggy, obviously.
Fred.
Do it. What was stopping it?
Wait a minute.
Now we just need to get like Madison Harden with the red hair to be
Fred's handkerchief
Daphne.
was blue, was it not?
Yes.
Yep.
There's a blue bandana sitting on the dashboard of my truck right now.
It's fate.
It's fake.
It's fate. You have to do it now.
Fake.
You have no choice.
You know what? It is what it is, I
The choice
guess.
has been made for you.
And he's wearing orange too.
Yeah.
Daphne.
Listen,
Not Daphne, Velma.
this is not.
I can't take this.
It's not.
I can't take that off because
Can we borrow your chug for scoop?
Well, he's more like Scrappy.
Okay. I got Rip. He's a basset hound, and
That would be a fantastic. Do you think you could teach him to talk between now and then?
No.
you know
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a-
I think you could. If
Me and-
anybody's going to do it, it's that guy.
Me and Rip don't get along.
I have an American foxhound that will get along with anybody.
Really?
She'll do it.
Sadie ain't gonna do nothing but sleep. Sadie's so old.
Put her.
That dog's older than Tom.
Put her a pizza right here. She will bark forever.
That dog was running across your yard towards me and just stopped and sat there for like 5 minutes and then started running again and then made
Yeah.
it pretty close to me, sat, and I ended up walking over to her.
She's like 14, 15, maybe.
Oh,
Dog is old, but
old as
still kicking.
dirt.
Still kicking, though.
Still
Dang.
kicking.
I have
she been
a-
ran over by a semi truck and bit by rattlesnakes, all this stuff.
crazy how tough these animals
Yeah,
are.
she just don't
I've got a
care. She's
Boston
like,
Terrier that's like 14, 15. He's been deaf his whole life and he's starting to go blind.
No,
So,
B.
Nobi. Like, I mean, I love that dog. That dog's a trip because he acts like he's 2 still. Like, I mean, he goes crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
I was
just
petting
runs
him
rampant.
I was petting him the other day, and he just shot up, like jumped from the ground, and
He's still got it in him.
he probably cleared like 2 feet when he jumped.
Wow.
Like he just propelled himself up and just
See,
going crazy.
Y'all's old dogs still do things. Our old dog Rosie, she's a 16. She just turned 17 in November.
What is that in dog years?
Like,
Times 7.
No,
Times seven?
no, they done like a study on it. And it's more like 15 years to every 1 human year.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Can't be true.
No,
It's got to be 7. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
it's got to be because you double the number like that, and it's like, well, this dog's,
that dog's like a century old.
you know,
Yeah. She's, even if you put it in dog years, she's well over 100. She's like 139 if you do it at 7 years.
she's ready for the nursing home.
how many years you say? 17 years?
Wait, 17 times 7, that's 70. 70 times, or 7 times
remember
7 is
earlier-
49. That's 119.
119.
Got to turn the computer
Fact
on.
check that. We gotta
119.
fact check
17 times 7.
I'll let
You want to
I'll
bet
let
on
you
it right
do
here?
Jay.
that. I don't want to bet. I'm
119.
not a gambler, but
He's not a gambler, but he will throw money.
118.
I just saw that.
119.
I just saw that.
But
I can't be wrong too. Only
she's
him.
she was born and one eye's blue and one eye's brown. So we always said like she was the dog that was meant for us because me and my older cousin Tristan, I have blue eyes, he has brown eyes. Well, she's always had like problems with her hips and stuff, but like they never got bad until she got like 12 years old or something. Mm-hmm. And then well, she's deaf now. She's blind. She can't smell
It's a
good.
pitiful creature.
But she remembers the layout of our house so well.
Yeah.
And my room is upstairs. There's just one upstairs room, and that's it. And she can go to the bottom step, and she'll walk up to it. She'll look up, and she just jumps right up. I'm like, she can see it just fine. And then coming down, she just kind of has to catch her bearing on the first step or two. But then after that, it's just jump, jump, jump,
It's muscle
jump.
memory at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
She remembers the layout of that house like no other.
I've got, now that we're talking about blind and deaf dogs, I have a friend. She owns 2. I think they're phantom poodles or something like that. Tiny little curly-headed things. Both of them. Blind as a bat. Right?
That's
See
awful.
nothing. Oh, when you look in their eyes, all you see is like that blue marble.
They're just
you know?
Deadpool dogs.
Yeah. And to keep them,
mean,
usually they usually
Daredevil.
stay on top of the bed, right?
Yeah.
Because they just anywhere else
Don't really know where they're
they
at.
don't know where they're at
Yeah.
at all. They moved into a new house. It's like the worst thing you could do for them. They just don't know where anything's at. And so she built a fort on each side of the bed, and that's basically where they stay 12 hours out of the day in between that. And they can't be without each other. It's the craziest little dynamic ever. But I always think it's fun to watch a blind dog just explore.
Yeah, like they'll walk into something, take a couple steps back, move
barely
over a
bump
little bit,
into it.
walk into it, and they're like, "Wait a minute, go back the other way."
Got that echolocation going on there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
straight up. I'm always just like snapping over here. I'm like,
They just go mental.
Messing with it.
They're just sitting there bouncing back and forth like,
Yeah.
wait, where do we go?
Yeah, it's
What's
very,
going on?
It's very entertaining.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
man. Like I've
People
got,
may call me cruel for that, but it's still funny.
It's fun.
it is funny.
There's no shame in having humor and stuff.
Man, that dog that I've got, she's so old, and I've got 120 acres. I'm a big hunter.
Right on.
Love to hunt, love to fish. We've got a huge pond. I'm back there, and I'm fishing. This dog is on the other side of the property. Should not be nowhere near that pond. Here she comes, just rocking it down the hill, running full, just going at it, just fast as she can go. And she didn't stop when she got to the water.
Yeah.
So she just kept on swimming through the water. She gets out on the other side like nothing happened. She's old as dirt. I don't know how she done that. And then the next day, she would not move. She was like, I'm
Dogs'
dead.
decision making. It's a marvel, honestly, to watch them just do the things that they do.
Yeah, it's
And then
crazy.
see the consequences
Yes,
of like the
and-
next day.
The decisions that they make, and it's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Why did you do that to yourself? You
Was it
silly
worth
little
it?
animal.
Yeah, like
it worth
now
it?
you're gonna lay right here and waller in your self pity for the next 14 hours because of the decisions you make.
And you
Always.
expect me to feel bad.
I always
Well, I
love.
do.
I always
you're
love
right.
like whenever you take them to the vet and get them like neutered or whatever, and
Oh.
like the next few hours of that day, they're so pitiful. You feel bad for them, but they're drugged up and they're just like, especially when they got a cone on their head,
Yes.
and they're just like
hilarious.
flopped over, like just looking at you, and then they try to walk over to you and they just keep bumping that cone into stuff.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
can't bring it into. I don't like getting. I don't want to get my dog neutered, man. I can't.
you gotta
do it.
chug.
Can't bring
You gotta
yourself to
carry on
I
the.
know, man.
Carry
He's
on
got
the
genes.
legacy.
He's got to pass on. I got people.
You got a
They
Is,
want-
list.
is your
You got a list of
Chihuahua
people.
spayed?
No.
Breed them.
See, the thing is he's 17 pounds, right?
Yeah.
She's 4.
Yeah.
It's like, we could try it, but we could also lose the dog in the process.
I got a
So
mix
it's like-
of a Australian Shepherd, a little one, and a boxer in my backyard.
Those are the.
Daisy.
A
You talking about
huge,
Daisy?
No, a huge boxer dog, and a little tiny Australian Shepherd. And I've got the baby of it. No, I'm talking about Jolene.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. not
That is a
Daisy, Jolene.
monstrosity of a dog.
Like a Frankenstein dog?
Small head, the neck. That dog's neck is like the neck of a horse. Huge.
That dog's the same size as you.
No, that is huge. Like it's
If it
when it
stands up on
stands
its
up, it's
hind
about
legs,
as tall
it's the
as me.
size of you.
I got to see this dog.
Better be daytime.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, she's outside in a pen.
She's not a fan of new people.
We got the backyard fenced in, and that's where she is.
Okay.
Now, she won't hurt anybody, but like
You gotta
She'll
get
just
acclimated.
jump
she
on you.
still jumps up on me. Like she'll
Right.
jump up. She knows no, and she'll like sit down. But like you say love, she goes crazy. She'll just like jump and wants you to like grab her paws.
Yeah.
And wants to lick you and stuff. And this dog's huge. Like it's still like every time I go out there to feed them and stuff. Like if they knock their water ball over, most of the time I'll go out there in the morning and pour the food over the fence and then pour the water. And I keep the bowl by the fence. So I can pour the water in there. You know, tell them be good.
Yeah. I used to
Normal
be-
routine.
I used to be a big dog guy.
But when I go in there, like they'll flip their water. Like if they really want me to go in there and like hang out with them, they'll flip the water bowl, and I have to go out. Like they'll flip it, and push it, like
Got tactics.
and I'll go out there and get it. And I mean, every time I do, I'm like, look, Jolene, like I gotta go to school,
Take it easy, man.
because we got Coco out there
Yeah.
with her, which is she's a Rottweiler and a Lab mix.
Okay.
Beautiful dog.
She pretty dog. She big dog though. She's fat.
Yeah, I used to like big dogs, man.
I feed them dogs like a big old. I got like a
They are
5-gallon bucket, and I fill it up halfway every morning and pour it out there for them.
And they eat that?
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's a lot.
It sucks when it rains though, because I don't really have anywhere to put it. And if I pour the dog food out on the ground, it's just gonna soak up and mold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when it rains like it has been, and I can't get it out to them, the next day, dude, they're getting a full bucket. Like I mean, they're getting a lot of food.
A full bucket.
We're getting 5 gallons of dog food.
Like a 50-pound bag of dog food lasts about a week.
So that blows my mind because Momo, she's actually a really long dog, believe it or not, for a Chihuahua. I mean, she's maybe stands, I don't know, for the camera. She might
Got
stand
that,
that tall. She's
got that low router.
short, but dude, I'm telling you, she's this long. She's like a
Foot and a half long.
That's
what's
awesome.
a wiener dog? Is it right?
Dachshund.
Basset Hound? No, not
Dachshund.
Dachshund.
Dashin, that's what they're called?
Dash Hound,
Okay, yeah.
whatever.
She's like one of those. We used to think she was mixed with one of those because she is.
Are wiener dogs not called
awkward.
wiener dogs?
Yeah, but they got it's
No, they're
Dachshund.
actual
Dachshund?
dachshunds. Dachshunds and dachshunds. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's a German
You're
name.
probably right.
Dasher and
it-
Dancer?
No.
Prancer and Vixen?
No, there's dachshunds and dachshunds, but there's a difference in them. I don't
Is there
remember.
one long-haired, one short-haired?
Maybe something like that.
This
I
is
don't know.
something we should fact check. But
We have enough service.
Everything he says needs to be fact checked.
yeah, this is
Because he'll be like, I seen this thing one time. Like, where?
everybody's got a friend like that who's just like shares information with you, and you're like,
Like, every time he
Where's
says
this guy
something,
Well, see, I'll go ahead and
he'll,
tell you
he'll
this
know
right
the
now.
most randomest bullcrap. He'll just pull it out of his
there's always
butt.
that guy.
Yeah. I like knowing random information.
And like at 4 a.m., you better buckle up because he's going to be sitting there telling you these Facebook memes he's looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he's going to go dead silent because he got stuck watching one of those videos. And then he'll be like, you'll never guess what I just watched. And I'm like, Trent, I don't
like,
care.
dude, look at this.
What'd you got this time,
And,
buddy?
and it's something like stupid humorous. It's not just like
It's something
funny.
that he laughs at, but when he shows me, I'm just like, you just wasted 4 minutes of my time. But I don't ever say
I
it.
know
I'll
that
just
I'm
say,
doing it too.
I'll never say anything. I'll just go, huh, yeah, that's funny. Move on.
You human. That's so sad.
I don't care. Because the only time I do that is like if
It's late at
yeah,
night. It's
like
bad
2
late.
in the morning. Anything past 2 in the morning.
Oh, you're down in a dive right there. That's
I'm an
Yeah.
early.
watching the
I
most
rise
random things
early in the
you
morning, and I also don't go to bed until early in the morning. I barely get any sleep.
I don't know how people do that.
I don't know either. I hate it.
Like
I can't
over
do
the
it.
I can't
over
wake
the
up
summer,
anymore.
Whenever I was working, like technically quality doesn't open till 6 or 7, but I got there at 6 to help set up. There was most nights where I would talk to him, like we would be playing a game or just sitting there talking, one of them two, and I wouldn't go to bed till 3:30. Roll out of bed at 5. Repeat cycle the
Yeah,
next day.
I was working 16-hour shifts at camp this summer. Like, I mean, like it was by choice, but
Still rough.
Yeah, everything was by choice.
I would go home at like 10:30. I'd go in at 6:30, come home at like 10:30, and then I'd sit up, play games, and talk, and then I'd go to sleep, wake back up, feel like crap. By the end of the week, like I was tanked. But
Yeah.
Man, I used to. It's crazy sitting here reflecting, you know, 'cause I used to have energy like that when I was a senior in high school. I felt
Oh,
like
gosh.
I could do anything, but man, now
Just
that
fell off.
I'm 37 now, and you know, things I've gotten old, man. So it's like,
Man.
I just don't have the energy to do it anymore.
I think I was working for a contractor at the time because I worked for a lot of contractors over my time. Then I started my own thing, but that's where I learned. A lot of it was over this summer.
Yeah.
And he was a real cool guy. I mean, I would work for him again if I had the chance.
this episode actually came out today.
His episode did come out today. That's Trent Roberts, top notch home improvement.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I pulled like 85 hours every week with him, but I
rough,
loved
man.
it. I mean, I loved what I was doing.
If you love it, then you love it. There's nothing
Yeah.
I didn't care. He told me to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I'll be there at 6. You say be there at 5, I'll be there at 5.
That's the
You
best
wanna-
thing. That's the best attitude to have. Let me tell you. If you're getting into
Yeah,
a
man.
trade, that is the best attitude.
Be
Just,
willing to work.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what time you want me there? I'll be there 30 minutes early. You know, that's the best.
You say
attitude to have.
jump, I'll jump, and hope that it's high enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Exactly.
We'd stay there till 8 o'clock sometimes, but I didn't care. Like, we work a long week. We'd still be working Saturday, and then Sunday we would just hang out, both of us together. And I was like, this is what's up.
Well, that's what superintendents look for. People running jobs, you know, they look for people who have an awesome work ethic, right? No, you know, it's you look for somebody who can learn, who you know you can dump a lot of knowledge in, and they can do
Right.
it. But if they don't have the work ethic, you know, they're useless.
See, I just learned
Yeah.
something the other day. They had the National Guard come talk to us. A guy, I guess a recruiter, you could almost call him, from the National Guard come talk to us at TCAT. And he told us, he said, if you join the military, he said, if you are in the, you know, if you have ever been in the military, you still are in the military, and you apply for a job, they have to interview you. And he said 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get hired just
Really?
because they know you got the good work ethic.
Yeah,
and like
work
the
ethic is
discipline.
all it's about, and this everywhere you go.
I never knew that. Like they have to
didn't know
give
that
you an
either.
interview.
Yeah,
If
I
not,
didn't know
like
that
they can
either.
be stripped out
Any
of their
branch.
position.
Any branch. You gotta do
Any
every
branch.
single one.
Yeah.
And even if you just serve like the bare minimum,
Was it a 4 year?
3, I believe.
Three.
Yeah. My cousin started
You know they let
his
you-
first year about this time last year.
You know they let you when you turn 17, sign up and start drawing paychecks.
Yeah.
And that counts as your first year done it.
Yeah. Because you can sign up at 17 as long as you turn 18 before a certain date.
Yeah.
And you can still go to like the drill stuff and all that. You can't go to basic while
You
you're
can't.
Yeah, and
But
then,
you
like,
can go to the.
Yeah. And then, like, right after you turn 18, they send you off to basic, and then your contract has already started.
Yeah, let's see. You sign it, and you can still back out at the point that your name is signed on that contract or whatever. But once you swear in, that's
You're in.
you're
Once
in.
you swear in, you're saying you're going to be at basic at a certain date.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
You worked a lot of jobs.
I've been around.
Whoa.
A lot. You
Like,
told
how
me
many
you did
jobs
some-
have you been in? Like, well, give me a description. Like, what's
What's
another
your
job? you
favorite
worked?
job
Yeah, what's
you've
a
had?
This one.
okay?
Teaching.
Well,
Prior to teaching.
prior to teaching,
Probably my last one.
what was that?
I worked maintenance.
Where at?
Persia, Spring Hill. It's an automotive manufacturer that manufactures door panels. We talked about like MYX, right?
Yeah.
So I worked maintenance, did some process engineering there. All process engineering is like, it's glorified. You know, it sounds awesome and fancy, but it's nothing like you'd think, right?
Were you making good money?
Yeah, I was doing well for myself. You know, it was good. Considering where I came from, what I did, I felt like I made it. When I finally got that job, and I got that first paycheck, I was like, right there, I made it.
How'd you? I understand. I understand circumstances before you ended up coming to the high school. How were you the one?
What do you mean?
Like, how are you? That's the guy. He's coming in. He's interviewing with.
Oh, like when I got this teaching job?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, who told? Did somebody tell you, hey, they're looking for somebody, and you were just like,
yeah, my wife actually works for the board. You know?
Yeah.
And she's been wanting me to try to be a teacher for quite some time now. She's actually the main person behind all of this. She always thought I'd be a good teacher, and
she's back there pulling her strings, puppet master.
I am who I am no matter where I go.
You're jumping through your hoops.
Unless, I'm around the in-laws. I'm just kidding. I am who I am wherever I go.
You show up in a suit and tie.
If it's required.
If it's required.
Hello, Miss PJ,
I
Mr.
definitely don't
Mark.
mind to do it. But, I'm just a goofball, man.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with anybody, and I feel like I'm relatable. I try to be relatable. I might not be.
I'm
but
relating to the mustache right now.
Yeah.
Like-
Some people get lost in it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad.
People get lost.
Nobody gets lost in yours, Finn. Don't get a big head.
I
Not
know
yet.
it's not as good.
Not yet.
It's not as
yet.
good, but nobody's ever getting lost in yours, Trent.
No.
That's for sure.
No.
Solid.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
But no, man. She finally just said, what happened was I was just working so much, and I just got burnt out. And she said, "There's a position open. So and so quit. This is your opportunity. I'd really like for you to just interview." So I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll interview." Got my resume together.
Just like that.
None of the information on the resume was really relevant. Me, I'm a trades guy. I come from the trades.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
whether
you were
or not-
like, I've done maintenance work. I don't know how this helps you,
I've
but
done
I've
just
done
about
maintenance
everything
work.
you can do with your hands.
Yeah,
Let me teach.
Yeah, I mean that's what I did. I just built stuff and I made it come to life.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that. When I was a contractor, that's what I did. But maintenance is just like taking care of what's already been built.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I just interviewed, and all of a sudden I got a job offer. Just a few weeks later, about a month later, and I just said, "Yeah, let's do it." I'm gonna get because I just wanted something different.
You see, my mom sent me. My mom was there with my dad whenever y'all were going through something, I guess.
That day, yeah. Like,
She sent me a picture of my dad and some dude with a mustache, some like young dude with a mustache, and I was like, "That's cool."
yeah.
She was like, "That's someone's." She's like, "That's so and so's replacement," and I was like, "That's cool." And then she said, "That's PJ's daughter's husband." I was like, "Oh, cool. That's cool."
Cool.
Cool. That's extra
Man, I
cool.
just, and I was a nervous wreck before it. I don't really get nervous about a lot.
What
But I've never taught. I've never
Yeah,
stood in front of
he
a
never
class of
stood in
high
front of
schoolers. But
Especially
after
a
that,
bunch of high schoolers, huh? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, are you?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Okay.
No, I'm a senior citizen. Actually.
Yeah, man, I just don't know, and, I get there, that first day happens, I see Trenton, he smiles at me, and ever since then, I've been in love.
He goes.
Oh, gosh, that goofball.
Yeah, so, I
Well,
really
see,
enjoy
like,
it.
people walk into school and they see this mess up here.
And they go, "It's Chicken Little." Turn to the
You
side.
see it?
He's Chicken Little.
Yeah, I see it.
Mr. Tennant gave me that nickname.
He gave you that nickname?
Yeah.
My cousin ensued it and has never dropped it, and she calls him Chicken Little all the time.
To this
To
day,
this
I
day.
got that nickname in the 7th grade. To
Really?
this day, I have not been able to drop that nickname, and I have tried.
What do you think about that old Kevin Tennant guy? Not the cardboard version, obviously. He's pretty cool. A cardboard
Yeah,
guy.
that one's cool.
What do you think about that old?
What do I think about Kevin Tennant?
What do you think about Kevin Tennant?
I think he is incredibly entertaining. I just think he's a very interesting.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but he's recently stepped out of the classroom and into the office.
Yeah, that was new to me.
And here comes this younger guy, right?
Taking his place.
Taking his
Protege.
place.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that maybe you'll be the next Mr. Tennant?
I mean, I think you're doing a pretty good job of it, man. Everybody seems to like you.
So they say.
Well, but they don't like you, then come talk.
3 men, 10 in.
What's good?
You got a problem? Come up.
Hey,
I mean,
if
you'll
you don't
end
like
up on a
Freeman,
hoodie.
what's good?
We'll put you on the hoodie next.
I mean, you know, like it's always an aspiration of mine to fill shoes like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was a fantastic teacher. I never had him in class, but my wife did. Man. She said
Not
he was-
shoes, Crocs.
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 Yes.
Even
Green
better.
Crocs, preferably.
Even better.
He's got the lime green Crocs, the neon green Crocs, the black Crocs they wore for years, and actually wore them, and they were so worn down. There's like this pipe sticking out. It's like a drain pipe or whatever. It shoots all the water. It comes down the hill off to the side. Yeah, there's like a shard sticking out of it. I was walking in his Crocs, got stabbed in the foot. I was like, oh my gosh, because like you can feel when you're walking on rocks, you can feel each rock in those
Yeah.
Crocs because that's
Like,
how worn down they are.
You can already feel rocks while you're.
And then I told
walking
him
in
what
Crocs,
happened, and he was like,
and then
"You put a hole in my
there's
Crocs,"
those.
and I was like,
Man, that's the wrong question.
"Nah, it's funny. That's
you misheard me.
That's how me and him are, dude. I watched him like. You ever seen like Batman gets back broke by Bane?
Yeah. It's a very intense scene.
Me and Dad, whenever it snowed and ice last year, he helped me go outside to go feed the dogs because, it was like it's snowy, icy. Let's both go out there. We got this drop off and there's these rocks, so you got to step down. He stepped down, slipped, fell, landed on those rocks like that, and I was just standing there like, oh my gosh. So I went over there and I was like trying to help him up. He goes, just feed the dogs. And I was like, it's not a war movie, like the dogs can wait. They're right over there.
The dogs are fine.
He was like just laying there like, just go feed the dogs. I'm like, I'm going to
He
help
needed a
you
second.
up.
That's what he did. He needed a second to think about what just happened.
I thought he broke his back. Like I swear he landed and kind of bounced up off of it. I was like, oh my
That's
God.
rough, man.
I was just standing there like this, like, he just broke his back. Like what am I going to do? Drag him up the hill and then throw him in a car? Try to attempt to drive in that snow.
It's always tough when your parents fall, because it's like watching a car accident. You know, you just can't help but look away. My parents are a little older, so every time I see them fall, it's like very dramatic, very dramatic. So everybody fall. I fall. I fell yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you just bounce
Yeah,
back
like, I
up.
mean,
You're
I
like,
fall
oh,
probably
that's
over
gonna
a certain
hurt.
Not
day.
anymore.
Yeah.
No, it hurts now. I actually pulled my shoulder out yesterday arm wrestling my twin brother.
Oh, shoulder
You have a
pain.
twin brother?
Ooh, yeah, I do. Cody Freeman. Luke referenced him on one of your earlier podcasts. Him and Luke were good friends.
I've
know
never
this.
seen another mustache in this county.
Does he?
He
don't
doesn't
have
a
the-
mustache. No,
He can't
I
own up
got
to the
all the
man.
mustache
He
gene.
can't keep up. That's what it is, man.
Is that your only sibling?
No, I've got a few. Then he's the only one I'm really
Like close.
we're close to right now. Other ones are half siblings.
Oh, okay. Well,
But I've got 2 other brothers. I got a younger brother, older brother, and an older sister. So that's the family tree.
So you're quite a boring guy.
A boring guy.
As
Yeah,
far
that's what he
as,
says.
as far as high school stuff like that.
Yeah, I never got into it.
Never
I was
gone
still, I still had a lot of friends, but I never. When people invited me out to do stuff, 9 times out of 10.
Sure, and then flaked out.
When-
He's like, yeah, sure, and then you flake out.
I am a flaky guy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a very.
I'm glad you
flaky
didn't
guy.
flake out on a night.
No, I would never do that to you. You guys are different. Now,
When
if I got
you
a buddy
were-
of mine that's like, hey, let's go bowling or something, I'm like, yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. Not showing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and I'll meet you up there at 8 o'clock.
It's like the worst thing about me because I just love staying at home. I love it.
It's a homebody. People are like
It's a
that.
homebody, man. Everything I need is there, and I save a lot of money staying at home. So,
I guarantee it.
but
See,
What's
I
the
don't
serious-
stay at home a lot, but 95% of the time, if I'm not at home, like after work, I'm working somewhere else.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I stay busy all day.
That's
If I'm not home, I'm working somewhere. It's rare that we just hoot and holler around, like go out and do
just
something.
hang out.
Well, that's good. A lot of successful people normally have a lot to do every day.
It's stressful, man.
Schedule their day out.
And I mean, it's not like, these are just like set in stone things that we have to do. It's just like, hey, we could go do this and possibly make some money out of it.
Let's go. I mean, that's just.
I'm like,
Nine,
I'm in.
9 times out of 10, we probably end up spending more money than we make.
Yeah.
But
We'll have some
At
fun
least I
too,
get
you
it.
know?
Most of the time, what it is Trent will bribe me. He'll be like, hey, I'll buy you some food. I'm like,
Where we going?
I'm in.
Yeah.
all I got to do is tell Connor I'll get him a 20-piece, a large fry, and an apple pie, and he's in.
20-piece?
Dude, I destroyed one earlier. Like 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding. My mom was like, I was driving us to Lexington in her car, and she bought us lunch at McDonald's because I'm real good at talking people into buying me food. You know, like I'll pull up to the window and look at them. And so we was eating it.
Or
Like,
I'll pull up to the window and he'll just look at me.
I probably
just
wasn't.
cut his eyes.
I probably wasn't like 5 minutes out of Parsons, heading toward Lexington. I already had my large fry gone, my 20-piece like almost gone. I finished my last one and handed my mom the box, put it in the bag, and she's like, "I'm still eating my fries. How are you? How did you just eat that much?" No, I suffer for it afterwards. I'm sitting there like,
I've never felt more bloated after just pounding a 20-piece nugget, man. That food.
it don't seem like a lot at first.
It's just so not good for you, man.
But it's
That's
so
what makes
good to
it's
me.
so good. It's delicious.
It is.
You know what I kind of want to do with
Dangerously
Connor?
good.
And this is something that we could possibly do on a BTP episode. But have you ever seen like those mukbang videos?
Oh gosh,
Oh, buddy.
just have me
know what
just
those
eating
are?
like 60 nuggets.
Okay, so a mukbang is like you go to a place like McDonald's, you get one of everything on the item menu. Like an order of everything. So like you would end up getting a 4-piece kids meal, a 6-piece mighty meal, the 10-piece, and the 20-piece.
You just eat as
But
much.
like you get everything. Burgers, chicken sandwiches, all of it. And like you and a group of people just sit down and try to eat it all within like an hour, say.
You ever try the old Village Elder Challenge?
No. I've seen those pies.
Oh, that's wild.
You sneezed.
Trent's brain just. Welcome back to the world, man.
Quite an interesting sneeze.
It's
though.
about
I'll-
as big as this table, isn't it? I mean,
The
So we were talking
were you
about
there
that.
when
It's
the elder
2.5
was
foot.
around?
No, that was introduced after I left.
Okay, the elder is about the size of this table.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I tried it with one of the first guests who's on here. I call him my son, Treston, the priest.
You may have
You
him.
may have him in your class like in a few years.
Okay.
No, you teach English too, don't you?
Treston's a sophomore. Oh yeah, we're going to our second
Yeah,
semester.
but he may not have the class now. I don't think I do not have him in class now.
So you'll probably have him next semester. You'll love Treston. He's,
Potentially.
Treston, he's one of us.
that one made over.
yes, he is.
Cool.
Yeah, I took
Because
him
they
in.
work.
Is he a writer too?
No, he's okay.
Well, he's not.
The
every-
personality.
Okay.
Now the brain. No, I can't rewire that.
No.
But
A lot of wrinkles in that brain in there.
yeah, me and him tried the elder. He told me he could do it. I believed in him. Me and him starved ourselves for the day before.
It's actually that's a bad tactic, dude.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
He broke and ate a bowl of soup. Now I had 2 pieces left. Like I could have finished them, but he had 4, and I didn't see no point in me being even more miserable than I already was, slamming those 2 and then trying to attempt to eat his
Your
4.
partner isn't going to pull his weight. You might as
Like
well
we
just throw
planned.
him
Yeah.
Well, we split half and half. It was only $20 for each of us. It was only $40 to try the elder challenge.
Yeah.
And there's enough pizza there to eat for a week.
It was so bad. I went to the bathroom. Tristan went to the bathroom, threw up, and then I went after him and threw up. And since I'd worked there before, I cleaned the toilet for him. I knew where the
Honorable
stuff
man.
was. I mean, I'm not gonna say where it is, but like I know where the stuff is, so I just cleaned up the toilet.
Right on.
And I was like,
I'm
only
not going to
done
make
that
somebody
once.
else clean up my puke.
So being a boring man in your younger days, like did you ever get seriously injured in your younger days? Like, what's the worst thing you've ever had happen?
Oof.
Oh, that's
Any
a
broken
tough one. Broken
bones?
bones.
Any-
Yeah, I've broken a few bones. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Like any good broken bones, though.
Nothing to. I've never. I haven't like broken my back or femur or anything.
Broke my
crazy
foot
like
twice,
that,
that's
you
about
know,
it.
But
I got run over by a forklift over the summer.
that's pretty rough.
I had a shoulder
I actually
surgery.
watched a lot of safety videos and stuff like that. I'm glad you're still here.
I was definitely breaking OSHA.
Yeah.
But
OSHA
no,
He works with the. Never mind. I'm not
They
Are
both
you still
have-
certified?
no.
I'm OSHA 30 certified.
However,
I got 30
I
hours.
guarantee you,
certified, yeah.
I've ran a forklift just as much as anybody else. Yet I am not certified at all.
Yeah. That's okay. I've worked with a lot of uncertified people. And
I mean, I can
Sometimes they're the best.
I can
Yeah,
run I can
sometimes.
run one just as good as anybody else in a lumber yard setting.
Okay.
Now, I don't know about factory. That's a lot different. The tow motors they use are different, but
Oh,
The
controls are the
environment.
same, man.
yeah,
Controls
controls
are
are the same except.
Wiggle the fingers.
You wiggle your fingers, drive your left hand.
Oh, see, like our controls, they're not like you can't just use your fingers. Like you've got a whole hand.
Oh, whole hand to lever?
Yeah,
Oh, that's rough. Yeah.
yeah.
No.
But
And you got the huge front tires too, don't you? Yeah.
huge front tires, pretty decent sized back tires.
I've never ran one of those. I usually just, if I ever ran a huge piece of equipment out on a yard, especially like in construction, I'd just run a lull. Or, you know what
Yeah,
lull is?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know what a lull is.
My bad. A lot of people don't. So I say lull to people and
yeah.
they're like, what?
I impressed this guy. He was a deliverer for this company because we were remodeling a hotel at camp. This dude shows up in a big truck. Nobody else was really down there, and here I am, 17 at the time. And we had this big natural disaster. I guess you'd call it a lift almost. Like it had the forks on the front, and it shot out probably as long as this room is, probably longer.
Yeah, boomed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kinda
I
like
ended up driving that over to the back of this semi truck and picking up all the crates out of it and unloading them and stuff. And that got out, and he was like, "Dang man, I always wish I knew how to drive one of them things." And I said, "Pretty good for a 17-year-old, huh?"
Yeah.
And then I was thinking after he left, I was like, "I've never drove that day in my life."
Isn't it so stressful the first time you ever do that?
And it was because like nobody else was down there that knew that could do it. Like there's probably kitchen workers, but other than that, there was nobody else that could have done it. And I was just like, I've never drove this a day in my life, but I'm
By
about
the
to figure it
time-
out.
But see, like,
By the
Big
time
brain.
they're remodeling all this stuff, I'm gone. I can drive a forklift. I do it at my other job now, but nah, I ain't done no big stuff. I'm just doing, just like moppets and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
You ever drove
Y'all
a boom
use-
lift?
Is it the one in the basket?
Basket.
Yeah, I've done one of those.
Those are fun. That's
Oh,
Yeah,
the one that
I've
they
been
have,
lifted
the
up
one
in
they've
those
had down at camp.
I have been lifted.
If you have it tilted just a certain way, and it was a little janky, if you had it tilted a certain way, it would kick into like super bunny mode,
Yeah.
and you'd be like,
Yes. All of them do that. JLGs, Genies, all of them.
well, the thing was with this one is when it was going that fast, it could not, it had the inability to turn left. So, and every time you lift your foot up just a little bit, it slings you. So here I'm probably going like maybe 20 miles an hour. You think that's how fast I
probably
go?
15, something like that.
15.
Like it was.
Maybe.
It's really
feels like-
fast for what you're in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just got to think.
Yeah.
And
physics at
I'm
that
here.
point.
I'm lifting my foot, trying to ease off of it, but there's no easing off of it. So I'm just like,
Yeah, it's not a throttle.
I'm getting thrown back and forth, just trying to turn, and I got to move the basket just a little bit so it stopped going 100 miles an hour to me,
Yeah.
just so I could turn back to the road because it like kind of veered a little bit, so you
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
turn the way it wasn't veering. Yeah, that's trash. And every time you got it off of a level surface, it would not move. I got stuck one day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been there before. It started.
And I was just
Level
stuck.
surface, Boomed up.
Yeah.
Because, I'm on some moist dirt, and I've done boomed up 60 feet, and
Then you're up
And then
there
all
and
of a
you're
sudden
like,
it's
wait a
just-
minute, I can't go nowhere.
now my tire's just settling, and I haven't noticed anything because I'm running some pipe. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, my basket's at this angle. I'm looking down. There's a red light flashing. I don't understand. I got headphones in, and it's like, okay.
You got your instrumental music playing.
We're stuck.
Somebody's like going crazy on a drum beat, and you're just like,
Just do it, man. If I've had $1 for every time, actually, this one time, I was at a job in Murray, Kentucky, and it was the first time, my first job. I just got hired. And it was like, all right, here's a boom lift. Jump in it. It was an electric boom lift, 60-footer.
I don't like electrics.
It's not bad, The factory I worked at,
Yeah.
all they had was an electric boom lift,
Yeah.
so I got really accustomed.
See, like the
to
tow motors we use, they're like 17,000-pound diesels.
it. Yeah.
So, like, I'm able to pick up anything and everything I see.
I
Well,
like,
those boom lifts are pretty powerful, especially
yeah.
the electric one. You think because it's just a small, but like with
Yeah.
the cast iron and the cast metal they got down
Yeah.
there, it's so heavy. Those
Yeah.
things are built for it. So, but this boom lift, I bring it up, I inspected it, all the good stuff you got to do on a construction site. And I bring it up, and I'm sitting up there working, and I'm nervous. It's my first time
Yeah.
that high.
you're just looking down.
Yeah, like you look down every once in a
You're
while.
standing on a
Not
mesh
looking down.
basket.
That's like I was scared of heights before this.
Yeah.
After 3 months of that.
So you're staring straight forward the
I'm
whole
straight
time.
up. Straight up. The whole time I'm going up, I'm looking up. Looking up. Not looking down. I'm trying to figure out what buttons I'm pressing. I'm not looking. I'm scared.
Yeah.
And I get there, and I'm fixated on my project that I'm doing, right? Just running a little conduit. And after it's all said and done, I come back to control and put myself down all shakily, and my basket is at like a 10-degree slope, man. It's just like this. And whoa, let me hang off. A hydraulic in my basket has failed. Scared me to death.
Ooh.
It was my first time, and I hated it. And I was like, "Give me down, give me down." Urgently, please. So finally,
Somebody call my mama.
Somebody call 911. I'm gonna die.
Looked like a cat in a tree up there, just like.
Yeah, it was terrifying, dude.
I'd have done the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But
easy.
now it's second nature, man. I'll go up 80, 90 foot. I don't know. You just do it for so long. 90% of my work was based out of a boom lift.
The maintenance manager down at camp actually broke my fear of heights because the first day that we got that basket lift, he was like, I was 14, 15. And it was a day that I was there and nobody else was there. It was me and my brother because my brother used to be the assistant manager. So I'd go in with him whenever I wasn't at school. Yeah. And we got in this basket. And he was like, yeah, I'm just going to take us up just a little bit. This was one of those that went up like 100 foot. Mm-hmm. He took me all the way up, and I'm just sitting there like this in the corner, like holding on.
Yeah.
Because
once you break 80 foot, it's a different ballgame.
I'm just like sitting there, and like every little movement I'm making, I'm just like, I could flip this thing right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
terrified.
For me, it was like once I broke like 30 foot off the ground, I was like, but see, I got a problem with like if I'm high up, I'm going to look down.
And like we're
That's
getting
just-
even.
that's just
with
how
the
my
tree
brain
line
is
from that
wired.
ridge,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I ended up closing my eyes, and I was just like, oh my god, I hate it.
Yeah.
And then I ended up opening my eyes and looking. Like,
Yep. It's a different ballgame once you break that threshold. Because once you break like 80 foot, you start seeing. You know how they got a telescope and boom. You know, it's just got piece after piece after piece that's constantly extending.
yeah, it's
And
like
then
that one
you
comes
see
out,
all
and then you end
those
up
pe-
extending that arm.
Yeah.
And then you look down the barrel and you just see
Everything.
all those pieces bending and moving, and you're going with the wind, and you're like, "There's no way this thing looks like an ant. It's not going to carry me. I'm going to fall. It's going to tip over." You know.
Yeah.
But these things are designed for it, man.
They are designed for it.
absolutely designed to shoot out 180 foot if it calls for it, and go any direction you want. And it took me a long time to trust those machines, but finally, once I started trusting them, it was just nothing.
I'll say, luckily, I've been in like a lot of settings where like heights don't bother me no more. Cause like from the time I was little, we used to have like this little chainsaw, and they would just put me in the bucket of the tractor, and then they'd be like, "All right, you're going up there.
Yep.
Cut them down."
Yep.
And see, like starting there, that didn't bother me. And then the year of COVID hit, and I worked in a fabrication shop with Jake.
Hot. Yeah.
Everything's hot. I don't have fingerprints no more.
Yeah.
Because one day we took a plasma torch. It was on a track, a track torch, and we cut this piece of metal in half. Well, they forgot to set the brace under the left side, and it was the metal that we needed. So they said, "Trent, grab it."
Oh no.
I don't have gloves on,
But
That's
you grabbed
tough.
but I grabbed it.
That's tough.
And I just had to hold it because it was the only piece of metal we had.
it. Oh no.
And like we were making a hopper for Centurion Stone.
Like a trash hopper?
No, like a cement hopper.
Like it come on.
Okay.
Rocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just grabbed it. And I had to hold on to this piece of metal for probably 5 minutes. After that, my fingertips were just burnt.
Hey, well, if you ever need to get away with a crime,
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
like,
no need for the gloves now.
I
Trent
have
Bates is
fingerprints.
Trent Bates is now hiring. You can hire him to be
Look at
a
this guy,
hitman.
Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't even recognize him.
Hey there, mister.
Can I
No.
step out and use the restroom?
Yeah, most definitely.
Go for it.
Hey there, Failer. We're gonna make a lot of money, a lot of noise, and get out of here. That's my Dutch impression.
Man, you know,
Today, boys, we're going to make a lot of money.
I'm about to hit him with something when he comes back in. You just wait.
What are you going to hit him with?
I'm gonna ask him about where he met his lovely wife.
she,
like the sound of that.
what a question.
Well, we're running on time right now, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, we're running pretty good on time.
Pretty good. I'm gonna ask him this and try to wrap up just a little bit of things, and then
Yeah, I mean, we'll ask him this, try to get on a couple smaller questions.
yeah, we'll film ourselves a little BTP, and then you'll see that BTP before this even is close to coming out. But
I mean, BTB.
BTP.
Yeah, BTP. Did I say BTB?
yeah, not between the Batman.
Yeah. Or Between the Podcast may have sneak peeks of future episodes because
You might see future guests.
we're going to try and keep filming our podcasts advance.
Yeah, it's just easier for y'all watching at home.
I'm not going to lie. This tea was a bad idea.
Yeah, Go
You
for it.
ask him that question, Connor. I'll be back. I'm going to use the little boy's room.
He
Just
just
mind
got
the
out of
gap.
the big boys room.
The mustache boy room. You made a mess. Just
We're good.
We're good.
I've conjured a question for you.
Hit me with what you got.
Where'd you meet your lovely wife, man?
High school.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Wow, high school love.
High school
How about
love,
that?
yeah.
I thought you said you were a boring guy.
I'm a boring guy. Doesn't mean I'm not romantic.
High school love.
Hey, sometimes.
Hey.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we met in high school.
Okay.
We dated a little bit in high school, and then, high school drama. We ended up breaking up for a little bit. Years passed, and then right before she went into college, we met up again and just hit it off, and we just haven't stopped hanging out since. And I've been with her just about every day since. And then we finally got married 3.5 years ago, and I wouldn't change a thing. I love her with my heart.
I mean, it sounds like you married your best friend.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And that's what it is. I mean, you gotta find your best friend.
There's no, I've done it all, and there's no better feeling than just to come home and hang out with your best friend. Just hang out with somebody you want to be around.
Just hang out
every day
and
get
annoy
home,
the crap
you're just
out
there
of
with
her.
somebody you want to be with.
She's like, look, you're gonna have to get out.
Yeah, and sometimes
annoy
it
the
comes
crap
to
out of
that. I get on her nerves a lot. I'm just.
See, that's my problem is I love digging at people, especially if I'm close to them. I love messing with them bad.
So do I. I love scaring them. I like poking her. I just like getting on her nerves. And
Yeah.
She does not enjoy it. But
She's like, look, you're going to have to sit on the other chair today.
yeah. But
Go read your book.
being married is awesome, man.
Yeah.
It really is. It's the life. If you find the right person, pursue that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get no better.
And she got a good family, too.
She's got an awesome family.
I'm sure they
Shout out
just...
Mark and Patricia Bates, David and Diana Richardson. Everybody. Everybody's incredible.
I was playing Fortnite with Russ yesterday.
Yeah?
I like Russ.
Yeah, Russ is cool. I haven't got to talk to him a lot. I try to act like I don't know him since we're, technically family
Yeah.
now. So I can't show any bias to any student. I can't,
I think you should give Trenton a ride off tomorrow.
Hey, Trenton.
Yeah.
You like words?
What?
You like words?
Do I like words?
You like words?
Words?
Words.
Words ain't that bad.
You like learning words?
Yeah, I like learning words.
You like learning words?
Yeah.
We're going to learn words tomorrow.
I love that.
That's the thing in class.
I like to hear that.
Learn words.
You want to learn words?
What kind of words are we going to learn?
Webster, Merriam-Webster's finest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's one word that you can think of that you want us to learn?
Tidbits.
Tidbit?
It's a word.
It is a
Yeah,
word.
it is a word.
Tidbits is a good one.
Isn't that like a small amount?
He wants you to learn A through Z.
A through Z?
Yeah, A through Z.
About 3.
I know why you're asking. Do I like words?
Yeah,
Cool.
you're finally putting it together.
Cool.
It takes him a minute.
Hey, I have a theme pass.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
You got it?
Yes.
You got physical evidence?
Somewhere.
Somewhere?
What if that was to make it to him and it just never made it to where he needs to put it?
If he never made it to me, then for all I know, he doesn't have anything.
So like he gets jumped tomorrow.
I know I got one at one point. Whether I kept up with it or not, that's a whole different story.
It's not up
A
for me,
theme
man.
pass.
Yeah.
What's this?
What is the theme?
Okay,
You
so
gotta get out of-
Mr. Freeman does.
Do you have a
daily-
get out of DT card?
No.
No.
I don't have the
I got-
authority for that.
You weren't there. I got wrong. No.
Man got rung up hard. But so Mr. Freeman does like brain teasers every day on a chalkboard.
On a chalkboard.
On a
Like
chalkboard.
the one
On a
behind
chalkboard.
you?
Huh?
No.
Like the one behind you?
Not as big.
quite. But if you'd like to make a donation, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of, I still need to get that piece of metal. I have your gong.
What?
Your big gong that we were
Thought
talking
you
about?
forgot about that.
You got a gong?
I get a lot of promises made from people. Man. He said he was going to make me a giant gong.
I still have his giant gong.
You need to bring that. You need to bring
That's
that.
You gonna
class.
start
awesome.
class with a like Indiana Jones Temple
No,
of Doom
I've
style?
got a small gong to initiate, SSRs.
I haven't really figured out how we're going to hang it, though, because it's
What's SSRs?
Come on, Trent. Don't let me.
silent something reading.
No, it's something silent reading.
Yeah, something silent reading.
So if something begins and continues on,
Yeah.
what is that? It starts an S. If you pluck a note on a guitar and it just,
Yeah.
you don't mute the string, what does it do?
I don't know. I'm not good with words.
Dumped a lot of work into you for this.
Yeah.
The felon.
It's sustained silent reading.
Sustained.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just thing.
Sustained silent reading.
Yes.
You just sit there and read silently.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exact. So the object
It's
of my
pretty good.
class is to, I don't want to push everybody too hard and expect too much out of people. But the goal of the class is just to come out a better reader and a better writer, right?
Yeah.
And in my opinion,
What if you hit peaked writing?
huh?
What if you've already peaked in your writing skill?
Oh, you won't. Not if you continue. There's no way. I mean, unless
What
you're
if you
like
put it
Stephen
put
King.
it down? You put it down. Say somebody put it down after doing it for forever, and they're just like, I'm done. I've done too many. I've wrote too much.
I'm gonna say too bad, so sad.
Well, what if somebody come in there and their handwriting looks about like
there's no what if it's happened.
about like this?
It's happened. I don't grade it. If I can't read it, I don't grade it.
I'll only write in cursive.
Right on. That's a good habit.
He can read my cursive.
I can. I can read and
I
cursive.
promise you. Well, no, you probably can't read his cursive. I've been reading his cursive for about 6 years, and I still struggle.
Really?
Yes.
That's okay.
It's
all
pretty
good.
tough.
If that's just my rule of thumb is I make everybody do handwritten assignments.
My thinking is I've wrote everything in cursive since like 7th grade. That's why I'm where I'm at.
Oh, there's no shame in that, man. If you want to write in
You
cursive,
just bull crap through it, and then they're like, it's 10.
the majority of almost every person from the generations previous to me, they still write in cursive, right? Mm-hmm. It's just something that just was let go, but it's still a good habit to get into. I mean, I advocate for cursive.
When did you learn to write in cursive?
Oh, 2nd grade, 3rd grade.
Second, third
See,
grade.
They taught it when I was in school.
They got rid of
dropped
it,
it
and then
the year
our
before
7th
we got in
grade,
third
our
grade.
7th grade teacher demanded we learned it. So in her English class, 7th grade, a big part of that was us learning cursive.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, I can still teach you English, but she said the main things I want you coming out of your 7th grade year knowing is how to type and how to write in cursive.
Still don't know how to type, but I can chicken peck faster than anybody can type.
I used to chicken peck too, man.
I can go crazy on that
Yeah,
thing.
but you just do it. I got my own list.
I know it. It just I'm slower doing it.
Yeah,
It's
me
practice.
too.
It's all nothing but practice.
Well,
Like,
see,
I know
have
most
to
of my
have,
letters.
like, I can't use a laptop keyboard and type. I have to have, like, a keyboard.
He's got to have a big clicker.
Yeah,
He's got to hear the clicks.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know why. I guess it's something in my brain, but like I like hearing the clicks. So like I've got a keyboard at the house.
I like them gaming keyboards. The way they click.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
And
They click so much.
the
different.
click just sounds amazing.
Yeah,
It's so much more crisp.
I'm a big fan of everything. Being on a computer now. All of your assignments, you're able to do it on a computer. That's awesome. For the sake of having your grammar checked.
Yeah.
But when it comes to learning, I think the best way to learn, if
Pen
you're
and
going to learn
paper.
how to write, is you write it down, right?
Yeah, pen and paper.
Yeah, if you can push through the pain in your wrist, once you're done, you've wrote 3 pages, you're doing good.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
if you've noticed, I only write in pen.
Yeah.
I don't use a pencil,
Me neither.
and I don't know when I kind of started doing
A
that.
fella custom made me this pen.
That pen is amazing.
That is
What
myrtle
caliber
wood.
is this? This looks like a bullet.
It is.
It is a bullet.
It's a real bullet? Like a real
No.
casing?
Probably not.
Dude, that's really cool. Who made this?
His name is Gary Hill.
3030 right there? Winchester? That's awesome.
Yeah, that is wood he ordered from a catalog in Oregon. It's myrtle wood.
Dude, that's awesome. How much does a pen like this cost?
No telling.
You'd have to ask Kevin Tennant. I don't have his contact,
This
but I
pen?
was at his house.
Pen right here. This is 3 years old.
Looks like it's been through a lot, man. Looks
It's
like it's
been
went through
through a
NOM.
lot.
It was blue.
It was a.
It's
it
had a
was
lot of
blue.
surgery.
This pen has been through NOM, man.
That thing has stayed with me for 3 years.
It says a lot about somebody.
That's my pen, man.
That says a lot about somebody being able to keep. I'm
All
not
those
that
cowboy
guy.
comics were writ with the same mechanical pencil.
Really?
Yeah, I've had to change the mechanics out like 4 or 5 times.
And the original Horror in Perry Hill, before I typed it, was written with that pencil. And all my superhero
I have a
comics
box
were.
of these in my truck.
I've been making comics since I was in like 4th grade.
have a
I started out with a Spider-Man series. It was a long.
That's awesome.
It was a
though,
long
man.
series, dude. I hated drawing Spider-Man, but I always would make them just because you got to draw
He was
all
good
the
at drawing
lines. You
Spider-Man.
got to draw, and it's just so annoying.
He was
and
good
tedious.
at drawing Spider-Man.
Like
Yeah.
I mean,
just
good.
drawing him. Like there's at one point I give completely up on the lines, and it was just red and blue,
Yeah.
and like the shapes and stuff. But
Yeah.
red, blue, black, white, whatever. Spider logo on it, but
See,
if I felt like it, some pictures were more detailed and they had the lines. But other than that,
I'm not that type of person. There's a box of these in my truck.
I actually ended up
I used to be
writing
that
it
type of person. Freshman
so
year I
that
was.
his suit was basic. So I didn't like that was part of the story. Was he got a new suit and that was it?
Oh man. I actually advocate for students to write with pencils. The the eraser was invented for a reason, And when it comes to these journals, I don't like to just see a bunch of like scribbles and.
There's not many scribbles in mine.
No, there's not, but there's also a lot of places you should have put a comma and you didn't.
Exactly.
It's tough.
Oh.
He's getting caught out.
I will say my grammar is not the greatest.
It's
know-
not, but it's getting better, and that's what the course is for.
I probably use way too many commas. I feel like I don't
I
know.
probably don't use enough either.
Man, what's a comma used for?
I mean, listing. It just depends.
What else? What's the big
So
one?
you can use it for listing, introductions, for exclude, like whenever you're going to conjoin something.
Me, comma, Connor, 10 and comma.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I've had it drilled in my head since I was,
I bet you have.
like,
I'm not going to lie. The reason I passed Mr. Tennant's English class is because of that one.
Really? Right on.
I
I
mean,
think I passed on my own, but you definitely had a couple.
However, I've passed him in every math class he's had since the 7th grade.
Oh, I suck at math. No shit.
never had a legitimate thing I've done in math because I've always had Trent in there.
Yeah.
And I've always
And
just
this
cheat
year
off
will
of
be
Trent.
the first year since the 7th grade that we have not had a math class.
I'm never going to get out of high school.
So I'm gonna
I'm
have
going to drop out. It's over.
I'm gonna
Tragic.
have to catch him this time.
Are you pretty good at math?
I'm all right at math. It's just like, I don't know.
I'm iffy. I'm a big history guy.
You want to be a journeyman electrician, man. That math. That's
Well-
a lot of math, a lot of formulas. It's
Oh,
more than you
man.
believe, man. I'm
Yeah.
sure you know.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been there, done that.
Yeah. Voltage drop calculations, power factors. Whenever
You ain't
you're
kidding.
doing-
It's,
yeah.
it's so tough, but like when I'm contracting and when I'm in a math, like I'm doing math in a classroom.
If I got a formula in front of me, I can do anything. But, like, it's like, for some reason, it's like break me apart from it, and I wasn't paying too much attention to it, and I'm sitting there on a piece of paper that's got, figure out how to do this. I'm like,
Nope.
Yeah.
here I am thinking of every formula I've learned in my entire life and just can't think of the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I move on to the next question, and I'm just like,
It's like if I'm on a job and I'm doing something, I'm going to calculate it. I'm going to calculate it my way, and it's still going to be right. If they're telling me how to do a formula and I'm not catching it and they're not stopping to help me, I'm not going to get it.
There's a metaphor, man. It's 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other, right?
Yeah.
There's just 9 ways to skin a cat. So
Exactly.
you get the right answer, you get the right answer. That's how I feel that. On the job site, you just learn how to run numbers. Now, I can't do y equals mx plus b, you know.
No.
you know, you saying that, you just kind of, like, made me think of kind of where, I don't know, I can see you almost as I see, I don't know if you know him, Darren Bird.
Darren Bird. I'm not.
You said there's
Darren's a little older
9.
than
He's
you
a
are.
little
You know
older
Zach
than you.
Bird?
Yeah, I know Zach.
It's his older
His
brother.
older brother.
Oh,
He was our 7th grade math teacher. And
Really?
I think we're going to have him on this podcast one day. He said he's
I think we're
interested
going to have him and Zach together.
on the same episode.
hey Zach.
That would
I know
be
Zach.
really
I don't
good.
know his brother.
Zach's wild.
Yeah,
Zach is
Zach
awesome.
He's awesome. He's an awesome,
awesome.
dude. He's down to earth. He's
He,
just,
he said he's our number 1 fan, and
He does.
like his wife sent videos of him just sitting there watching our, like, curled up on the couch
shout
watching
out
us
Zach.
on his TV. Yeah, I texted him about maybe coming on soon, and he was like, "Well, I got this going on." He said, "But after that, I'm cool."
Yeah.
So
He'd definitely be down to do it. He is 100. I don't even know. I
And,
haven't talked to him in a while, but I know for a fact that he would do
Darren said he would want to come on with him, and I'm like, "That's cool. That's a good title right there." We talked to our 7th grade teacher.
this. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
So you did a lot of electrical stuff.
A lot.
A lot of it.
A lot.
A lot of live power stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Man.
Industrial. You go into a factory that's already running. They got production going, and
Oh, sheesh.
you're not going to shut down the plant to,
Before-
tap in a new circuit.
I had a shoulder surgery. Like I tore my rotator cuff, blew my ligaments out. I've got metal in my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I really hate the idea of messing with live wires. Hate it.
Man, you just like it's.
He could turn into electro.
Before
It'd be
that,
cool.
before I had the surgery, I was cool with it. And even while I was wiring up I rewired the whole house, but it wasn't hooked up. I was okay with it. I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine. It's not hooked up. He hooked it up, and I was like, I'm not touching it.
It can be a little daunting. You got to.
Yeah.
My first time doing live work, it was. But me, there's a difference between jumping in that panel live and jumping in a 20,000 or 20,000 amp
Man,
switchgear.
Yeah.
I'm just familiar with what a switchgear is.
yes,
The brain of a factory.
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of voltage, but it's not really the voltage that matters. So like, yeah, you're in your case. If you got popped, that's the first place it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like this and you're just like hooking it up and you don't have any lights burning, you don't have anything plugged in, that's just straight voltage coming for you. You're right.
Yep.
And 120 doesn't hurt. It's not that bad.
I've been shocked.
I've
But,
been shocked too.
yeah, it's not that bad. It's like grabbing one of those sticks of bubble gum. If there's no
Yeah.
amperage on it.
Yeah,
I've never been
like not
shocked with
shocked
this.
like this, but like shocked, like actually electrocute, like your hands like cramping up because like it's just like
Yeah,
a shot.
It tightens up,
tenses
it
up.
activates
It's
all your
weird.
muscles, man.
It's
That's
really
how your
weird.
muscles are activated.
And
It's
it
like
literally it
small
does feel
electrical
like you're
impulses.
pulling one of those things.
It's like
I noticed that whenever I got shocked for the first time.
Then you touch 220, that hurts. You know, but
220
like,
hertz?
220
Burn.
hertz, but
Never-
480. Ooh, 3-phase 480, dude. It is gonna. You're going home. Okay, you're taking a day off.
What about like an AC current that's like 480?
480, 3-phase 480?
You're
that's
gonna get
alternating current.
thrown like like you're gonna get thrown a
Yeah,
while
well,
because they're pulsing, so they hit you and they throw you. But the other like the DC, the direct,
Well,
they're just like
You gotta. So
obviously don't touch both hands to it because
No.
then
don't
you're
touch anything to it because at the
Don't
end
do
of the day, you never know how it's gonna happen, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
480, 220,
just-
Whatever.
120. I worked with a guy, and he tapped into a 277 circuit, which is one leg of 480, right?
Yeah.
And it actually locked him onto it. Sometimes it can literally lock you on, and you can't move.
Yeah,
right?
like somebody's got to knock you out and don't push. Like I mean, hit.
Kick. That's the rule of thumb. They'll teach you that. Like if you're
Okay.
Like if
See,
I'm
because
working
at
here-
TCAT, our instructor, he told us he was like, don't tackle them. He said, brunt them with your like shoulder.
So whenever you go into a job site, the first thing they'll do is like if you're accompanying your journeyman, right?
Yeah.
He's working on a hot panel. You got 220 panel right here, tapping in a new circuit. I'm gonna stand directly behind him, and at all times I'm ready to kick the crap out of him in the chest, right in the chest. I'm ready for it. Like you got it coming.
Yeah, like-
because that's the only thing. They said you don't want to
Channeling
push
in
him.
your Karate Kid.
Yeah, and that's just it's legitimate because that's the only chance.
Like
they got.
Sheamus's Celtic kick.
The only reason that this guy he grabbed onto it. He
Bro
got
had charge finisher.
But he fell off the ladder. That's what happened. He fell off the ladder, and that's the only thing that really saved his butt. So what happens is, when it hit through his finger, it came out, literally blew a hole out of his other finger.
Oh, that's trash.
Yeah, yeah. So you never know what electricity is gonna do to you. It doesn't take the path of least resistance.
Yeah, it's very-
It takes any path.
Yeah,
right?
just
It takes whatever path it feels
wherever
like.
it can
But
go.
you
Make
have
a
a metal in
circuit.
your shoulder. Yeah, that's definitely.
Oh
but
yeah, it'll
I mean,
hit right
but think
there.
about it. He could turn into Electro.
You could.
He could be cool.
You
Like,
could.
could.
You'll never know.
I probably should, but I'm not going to. Not
You never
right
know
now.
what you're gonna be. You're gonna be an electrician, dude. You're getting
Man.
shot. It's happening.
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
mean-
get popped hard every day.
I've been popped by. I've got popped by 120 before. That sucked.
just wait for it every day. Like it hasn't happened yet.
I think I've been popped a few other times, but nothing too major, and I didn't have the metal then.
Yeah, voltage is nothing to worry about, guys. Because like I was talking about earlier, it's all about the amperage. If you got a hair dryer plugged in, and then you want to go interrupt that circuit with your finger, that's whenever you're going to the doctor. You know, it's not fun.
Yeah.
But
I hate those little tiny plugging in your phone late at night, like reaching for the
just
thing,
reaching
and
around.
then
Yeah,
you
you're
just
just
get
like-
that little tiny shock, and you're like ah,
oh yeah, whenever you grab the promise,
and then you drop, the cord anyways. You're like, oh my gosh, you gotta
and then
redo
you
it.
reach all the way down there and try to reach it, and then your hand gets stuck. 'Cause I got a fat hand personally.
I got a big hand as
Yeah.
well. Like,
See,
I'm
I got
like
little
very
hands.
If
big.
something is to
Me
fall,
too.
like if I'm in the driver's seat,
Yeah.
I hate when something falls in between the seat and the
abyss.
console.
the abyss right
Oh
there,
yes.
The dark abyss.
it's
There's in my truck there are French fries from McDonald's lost.
100%. That's going to be there
And
until
it's like
vehicle-
a
And on the
wormhole.
passenger side, it's so much worse because there was this time after a ball game, I took my ex-old lady to McDonald's, and as soon as she pulled the fries out of the bag, dropped them, flipped, all spilt into the abyss. And I tried to get them out as much as I can, but like I pulled out probably a small fries worth out, and I couldn't get my hand in there anymore. I wasn't going to make her do it.
Nah, and they're French fries. They're McDonald's French fries.
And it's
They're
just going to
sit
make
there-
my truck smell so much good, so much better, you know?
so it's good.
You're like,
I'm gonna
it's
hop in and be
smell
like,
French fries
It
forever.
smells like McDonald's.
I love it.
Welcome home.
That wasn't the best moment. I went around and got another thing of fries. That's the only thing of fries we had. We were going to share them. So I went and got some more fries.
I tell you what, one thing I've
I wasn't about to get
recently
stamped out.
encountered that I normally get now every time I stop at McDonald's, and that's a basket of French fries.
The basket. I haven't had it.
I never know they sold baskets. And
They sell baskets of French fries.
How
Baskets,
much?
dude.
How much are they? Like how much French fries are they?
Oh, I mean, let's be real. You know how they have like the large cup and then the medium cup, and then they pour the medium cup into the large, and it's like same thing for the basket. Maybe a little bit more than the large, but they present it well. And sometimes you'll get that.
So is
nice
it actually a
person who-
basket?
Yeah, it's a legit basket. I mean,
Hey,
just
I'm
sit
in.
there. Can I get a basket of fries? Sure thing.
So
They
you're
give it to
telling
you.
me on that half day I can bring you a basket of French fries?
Facts.
Let's do it. I'm in. I'll come in.
I'll come in on that.
Let's have a McDonald's
I don't want to
party.
go. I don't want to go to work that day, anyways. Honestly.
When is the half day?
Not.
Next Monday.
Yeah.
Next
Next
Monday.
you said.
Yep, next Monday.
See, because
8
I
days
reckon
from
I'm
now.
probably going to go to school tomorrow, Tuesday, and then that's it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm
Because I got a final that I'm not going to have to take. And
I
I'm
told
wrapping
you,
up
so.
with TCAT. I got like
As
a
long as I
test
don't
or
have
so
to
to
take your
take.
final, I have no
And
finals.
there's no point in me starting something new and then coming back to it on TCAT and being like,
Yeah.
where was I at again?
I'm in the same spot, just a different.
Like I got like a test left and then I'm done with what I was on.
So, what are you doing in TCAT? What are you chasing?
I'm in industrial maintenance.
Industrial maintenance.
That's what he's in.
It's
Because
just,
it's just like a whole lot of everything.
it's a lot of different things. It's like
I probably won't ever use it.
Oh, you will.
Like I mean, like you know, like I probably won't go work.
I
'cause,
sense what you're saying.
but it is something to fall back on, so I'm gonna finish it.
So I did it.
Did you go through
My
industrial
whole
maintenance?
game plan, I didn't really have a game plan, but now looking at it, I like to claim it as my game plan, is to learn a little bit about a lot, and then boom, you've got options. So if this teaching
got
thing
you.
didn't work out, I've got people ready to hire me right now in Spring Hill. I've got a contractor ready to hire me. I'm a butcher also. I used to be a butcher.
Really?
So,
You were a butcher?
yeah, I was a butcher. That's what got me through college.
What the heck, man? You've done everything.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome, actually.
That
Hold on,
is
wait
cool.
a minute.
Wait.
You're gonna be that
telling me
old
You
Joe.
got
on
through.
cow?
You got through college by being a butcher.
Yep. Got through
Paid
college.
through paid his tuition with butcher money.
No,
No. You can't
that
pay.
good.
You can't pay a college tuition with butcher
it's
money.
not that good. That's just that's what put money on or food on the plate while I was
Got
in
you your
college.
ramen noodles in your hot
Right.
pockets.
So yeah, I was a butcher. That's good information too.
Oh yeah, it's always nice to know how to. Process your own.
It's a good thing to learn, and that's that's my biggest thing is learn as much as you can while you can,
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
dive into it with all you got. Because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't. If somebody needed help with plumbing, I wouldn't know how to help them. Somebody needed help framing a staircase, I wouldn't be able to help them unless I did what I did. Now I got all this electrical knowledge. I can.
And plumbing's just puzzles.
Plumbing is just puzzles.
really
It's
is.
just connecting stuff, man.
Once
It's
you
the same
figure it
thing
out.
with conduit.
I mean, everybody can do it different. Like I could go plumb a house and it'll look 10 times different than somebody else would do it. But hey, guess what? It'll work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Plumbing's plumbing at the end of the day.
I hate plumbing.
I
hate
don't.
it.
I don't care for plumbing. It's okay.
Look,
It's
I don't
just-
care for plumbing unless
Sticky
we are
business.
underneath somebody's house and there is a turd hanging out of a pot we're trying to fix.
I mean, if you're electrician, plumber, HVAC guy, it doesn't matter.
That was
you're
trash.
going underneath the house. And
HVAC.
looking at
It wasn't going under the house. It was the problem is we went and bid the job. Pop was fine. We were just going to look at running a new dryer vent, like a new dryer hose.
Yeah.
Noticed the pipe was off. So we ended up going to do it. The day we go down there to actually do the job, the next day, there is a turd sitting there in the pipe.
Right on.
And I'm just like...
Well, it was right
And my
on.
hands are big, so we have those little gloves. I'm holding it.
You're holding a turd?
No, I'm holding the pipes in place.
Okay.
And he's got the glue sitting on it, and we're both holding it because, like, that's a main pipe. And, like, the way it settled was it was pulling apart, so we're just holding it in together. So I'm using all my strength. My hands are gripped. I feel like my gloves pop. And I'm like, it's cool. It's cool. Nothing. Just gonna let it dry. The dishwasher upstairs goes off, and all the water comes blowing out, blows the pipe apart. Water goes everywhere, poop water everywhere. And I'm sitting there with my hands in, and I'm just like... I was just like, I took a deep breath in.
Zone out.
I looked at him.
He said,
And
"Don't say anything."
I said that. Put my head down, and I just sat there for like probably 5 minutes
Just absolutely
in silence.
enraged.
I was just like, my hands never left the pipe too. Like I'm still sitting there with like my hand in like gray water.
And that's
I'm
the
just
beauty of the trades, man. Is like
Yeah, you never know.
you're gonna have days like that literally all the time. And if you're not cool with that, then you need to
It's
find
not-
something
not the
else.
thing.
Dude, it was trash. And then
was
we ended
pretty
up
bad.
not doing that pipe, and it was cool. We just
Oh, seriously?
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Because-
it was my parents' house, so I was like, okay.
Did you at least cap it off or something?
I went under there with another contractor the next day, and he was like, "Yeah, can't say that." Like,
He's just running a new line or something? What happened?
he got a new. He just got a 5-foot section, and he was like, "Okay, we'll put this down. We'll cap it off. Should be good to go."
I'm telling you, we almost had it though.
Almost had it.
did.
Like
If that
if that water wouldn't have gushed
water
out, it would have
wouldn't
dried just fine. We had these big rocks. We were about to sit there jamming them close into each
Yeah.
other, and it would have been fine. But no, it didn't work out that way.
Sometimes
I was trying to get that pipe.
I heard
to
that
hold
water
back.
go. And I was like,
You heard it coming?
I was like,
Oh yeah.
I guarantee you, Connor's eyes were as big as a softball.
and I was
definitely
looking the
were.
direction that they were that the
Yeah.
water was coming from, and I was like,
And I thought it was at the very end. I was trying to put the rock there to try and make that pipe bend back the way it was supposed to go.
Like, we almost had it set to where it would have just dried and everything would have been cool, and then all of a sudden it's just like, you ever watch Indiana Jones Temple of Doom?
I'm a huge George Lucas fan, my friend. Yeah,
You know the scene where the hot steaming water's blowing out of the cave?
I know exactly what.
Yeah, that's what that's what I was going through.
Just
And I was
sub-hot steaming water with gray water.
Yeah.
and a turd that is very visual.
The cool thing about being an electrician is you run conduit, you don't have to piece everything together, man. You just can bend it.
Yeah, you just,
Yeah,
you just stick it in.
Like, okay,
I dug a
need
trench
90
for
right here.
somebody
Got
one
it.
time and put conduit in.
Yeah, PVC. Yeah, man, just stick a bitch and throw it in there. Pull the wire later.
Conduit's really fun.
Conduit is
I
fun.
really enjoy it.
Now with like EMT and stuff, that stuff I was showing, it's a lot of math. But once you
It
get
is.
it down, man, and you can start bending straight stuff, you can make some cool stuff.
I don't like working with EMT as much, but I'll do it. It's not bad compared to gray water. I mean,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Care if I ask.
You go for it, Trent.
Well, it's getting close for us to wrap this up. We got one final question for you.
Hit me.
this is our question, right?
This
here.
is our signature
trademark.
question.
This is our trademark question.
Trademark question.
Yeah.
We use it almost every
If you
time.
have any advice for people our age or a little older, a little younger, what would it be?
Be your biggest
And
piece
if you
of
need to
advice.
think about it for a minute, you can think about it.
Yeah, we can shoot stuff while you.
Nah, man. I mean, I can tell you what worked for me. You know,
It works.
just I'll give you a few. Always, always, always be confident in yourself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You go into something, you are confident the whole time you're doing it. If you're not confident in yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even start.
Sophomore year, he knocked a freshman out in the parking lot.
A senior.
Senior, not
Senior,
senior.
yeah,
not a
not a
freshman.
freshman.
That sounds pitiful.
Yeah,
But
no.
Right on.
you gotta have the confidence.
You gotta have confidence, man. If you're gonna knock out giants, you gotta be confident while
You're
you're
gonna
doing
walk
it, right?
in and know that you could get the crap knocked out of you. You gotta say, I'm the
Sophomore year,
best.
he
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, life after this, it's just gonna constantly beat the crap out of you. You know.
Gotta keep getting yourself back up.
And it doesn't care about you, and that's just the nature of the beast. As long you stay confident in what you can do, you just be a sponge. If you're going into a trade, you learn absolutely everything you can from the people that are willing to teach you. You know, and I advocate if you don't want to go to college, you don't have to go to college, right?
yeah.
The
Because
wisdom's worth more than money.
The world needs tradesmen. Okay, it needs them more than ever right now. So if you want to go be a tradesman, you go do it. I don't care what it is. You know,
Exactly. It's
So,
just good.
Just be a sponge, learn from everybody. If you're going to college, just keep your head down. Keep it down. Don't look up to guess it, to question what's going on. You know, if something bad happens, you just keep your head down. Like me, you wake up 3 o'clock, you drive out of state, you go work, you come back. It's 13 degrees outside. It sucks. Who cares? You just do it every day until you can walk away with something great. I did that, and I ended up landing a great job, and then it led me to this, teaching, which I feel like is probably where I'm going to end up staying. So, confidence. What was the other one?
Keep your head down.
Keep your head down.
Yeah, we'll just say it like that. Confidence, keep your head down.
Pursue.
Just pursue it, and don't second guess anything. You know, if you're going to do it, you do it with everything you got. Hey, and there she is right there, my wife.
Well, man, I'll just ask you to step off for a second. And
Yes,
then,
sir.
That was a heck of an episode.
Hey,
Loved
I loved
having
it.
you, Mr.
You
Traeger.
guys are awesome. Thank
You're
you
amazing.
so much
Thank
for
you.
having me.
All right. What an episode.
Boys, that
You
was
kidding.
a good one. That was a good one.
That was really, really good.
And, yeah, for everybody watching at home, thank you so much for bearing with us through the Christmas season. Thank you all for everyone who posted y'all's Christmas submissions for our giveaway. And,
This is going to be the last Wednesday episode for a while.
yeah, this, don't forget to tune in Christmas Day, short episode, Christmas special.
We
Don't
will
miss
be
it.
announcing the TikTok winner that day
Yeah,
for our
yep.
Christmas giveaway.
Sure will. It'll just be us three on
It'll
that.
just be us
Yeah,
three.
it'll just be us
probably about a
three.
20-minute, 30-minute episode.
Probably going to exchange our gifts for each other.
Yeah, we'll give each other our
Uh,
gifts that we bought. And,
Talk about a couple things.
yeah, so as always, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, and you can undo it at any time. Maybe smash the like if you enjoyed this, and let us know who you want to see next in the comment section. And, yeah, we'll do our best to probably get them. And, yeah, thank you for
I think that's all
talking
we need.
and listening with us, because it's just our nature.